I oh no, not the wee. Um, I did a fucky wucky, and I didn't realize that my um YouTube studio was not open for business yet, and so my model is sitting there looking weird and all looking off and looking kind of dejected. So hi everyone, yeah, hi everyone. Also, uh, uh, mutes friends. Hi, say hi friends.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, friends.
This is another image I'm sending to Bite for the folder.
No, not the dejected Leo.
The dejected Lego. I went to
That
the
was
store today.
perfect.
I drove to the store, bought 2 monsters, and then listened to the Cell Block Tango with full blast with my windows open on my way home. So today was great so far. That's all I did today, by the way.
I had a hell of an order for Clit to go. Oh my god.
Hell of a like
Like hell of a boss.
hell of a
I
boss.
swear I'm going to strangle them.
Yay! Wait,
Yay!
I'm not supposed to enjoy that. Hold on. No, don't do that.
Uh,
That would be
that's
awful.
kind of wild, actually. All right, Nixie likes being strangled.
Nuh-uh. That's gay. Boing.
Oh, there's a really good. One would argue that a certain cat enjoys it too now.
Yo?
Okay,
Kinda
it's
gay,
not being
Leo.
strangled. Okay, that's literally being grabbed. My whole body, not the neck, the whole body.
Wait, hold on.
Have-
What did I miss?
Oh, we're strangling Leo and he likes it.
I have a new
Damn, didn't know you were
emote.
into that, Leo.
I have a new emote.
Neither
Is
did
what they're
I.
talking about. If you look at stream, you can see it.
Not at all what I'm talking about, by the way.
I almost fucking died. Oh my god, tears
You
in the
mean
eyes.
this one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh wait, I have to change PNGs.
Oh
That's what the
my
life
god,
is being
thank you for
squeezed
the
out of
30 bits, Scoots.
I'll throw more at you. Just throw more than enough money at me.
Fuck you.
When I tell you not to,
Fuck you.
That's gay.
I will buy bits right now and throw bits at
No,
you.
you don't. Please don't do that. You're more
Actually,
than.
no. Let's go to Leo's Steam. Let's go to your wish list.
It scrambles to go hide it.
This is why you don't announce it until after you've already bought him something. Alright, chat. I'm gonna go piss on some porcelain. I'll be back. Bye. I'll be back.
Yeah. Oh,
In my streaming collab channel, drop this. You. I also have it so that other people can change what I'm playing. So if you want to change the music, my players can.
oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Especially since we're idle right now. Welcome, welcome, all of you. Welcome in. Welcome when you welcome to win. Well, welcome in. Pull up a seat, get cozy by the fire. We're about to tell a story. Once our main cast is
Food is just being acquired by one of them.
here. Yes.
Which, to be fair, I think she's been sleeping till about an hour ago.
If you want, we could start and we could do some idle stuff. Like you guys went to bed from what I remember. And we can start there with morning routine and breakfast. Would you guys wish to do that? Eyebrows.
Maybe.
An eyebrow wiggle. Strangle you.
Totally didn't do anything.
Uh
Yeah.
huh. I believe you, 100%.
I'm innocent.
That I don't believe.
Hi.
Look,
Oh, the Cassie.
It's a Cassie. Hello.
Blah. Blah, the Cassie.
just Leo checks Liam.
Can you unmute Cassie for a moment? You can remute and but I just wanna okay, you're facing the wrong direction. That's all I need to check. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da, bum. Okay. I turned down the music a little bit.
Fucking strangle.
You're gonna strangle?
Yeah, you.
What'd I do?
Take better care of yourself, dingus.
Well,
I agree.
I didn't. It wasn't on purpose. I didn't know that I was injured until like now. I thought it was
You
just
said
like
that your shoulder was bothering you a few weeks ago.
yeah, but like it was like it was
That's
like
what I'm talking about.
but it was just like a little bit, and I didn't
Was
think
it
it was.
was it at work? Did you notice it after work or?
Yeah,
Yeah, you should have got it checked out.
sorry.
Workers'
I've never
compensation.
I've
Because if something was actually wrong with it, then you could have gotten your company to pay for everything for it.
yeah. I didn't really know if it was a huge issue or not. I thought I just like strained myself a little bit.
That's why you always go get it checked out. Especially if it's work related.
I pulled something in my hip working in a restaurant. That shit sucked.
I've never had a problem like that before. It's always kind of gone away. This is the first time I've actually had to go to a hospital for a physical related issue.
When
Okay, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick.
Okay.
Alright.
When my sister was working as a server at a restaurant, she got scalding hot coffee. She got bumped and got scalding hot coffee all over her and had to go to the hospital for it.
Hmm.
when I was working the dish pit, I had like my eczema started to come back, and it was because of the chemicals being used. And I was like, okay, well, it's
Mhm.
not that bad. And also, my boss was like my mom's friend, and she was kind of a denier of everything.
Jeez.
So uh and she was also like bipolar, so I never knew if she was going to react negatively to negative feedback. And so basically she was like, if you want to file a report, you have to get it from me. You're not allowed to get it anywhere else. And I was like, okay. And then I was really scared to file a report, and it ended up being something that I had to get medicated for to fix it, and it lasted for almost 2 years. I
Yeah.
just got rid of
Yeah.
it like 4 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Reminder: if anything's work related, get your fucking
Yeah.
shit checked out.
And now I have like
Yes.
scarring on my hands from it because it was that bad.
Yeah. If you have any sort of work related injury, no matter how small it may seem, go get it checked out. Because then at least the process has started. So that way, if you have to go back for the existing issue, it'll still be covered.
Yes.
Because it could be nothing, but it also could be
Could
could
be
really be
something.
something.
Mhm.
And you don't know the implications of the choices of your actions until it's too late. That's
Your
today's
health and
PSA.
healthcare matters.
That's today's PSA. Remember to get yourself checked out and take care of yourselves.
So true.
Okie dokie. You guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
Scoots
It's still in the
is
bathroom.
away.
Oh fuck, yeah, you're right. Where's my pencil? I need a pencil.
Up your ass.
Okay.
He wishes.
Okay.
Pat Leo.
Pain.
You poor boy.
Everyone. Da 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 da.
I always keep several pencils nearby for just in case.
Well,
You know, it might help if I would pull up my player sheet.
yeah, that'd be wise.
Only semi necessary for tonight.
Only semi. Holy
Is-
shit.
Well. Ow.
Sorry. I opened up my Firefox browser. The Firefox browser is what I use primarily to do my freelance job.
Okay.
And I'm seeing a new project, and it's just like, whoa. There's a new project. It starts at 23 an hour, and it says unlocks 25 plus dollar per hour projects if you do well on the first 5.
Oh, nice.
So
Hi, Nescat.
fuck yeah, it's nice, and I can make referrals now. So,
Hey, let's go.
but I want to like before I start referring people to certain things, I want to make sure that it's actually really, really good. I've heard like that it's really good, but I want to just do more research on it myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Husky, stop throwing me at the cat.
Throw more shit at the cat. He deserves it.
Yeah, but he's
No.
throwing me at the cat.
I'm already paying.
Did
Yeah,
you
and
did
whose
you
fault's
check
that?
your Steam? Leo?
My Steam.
Yeah, check your
Yeah.
Steam.
What the fuck did you do?
I don't know.
Because you heard her say that threat earlier.
Yeah, but I have short-term memory loss and I forgot as soon as she said it.
SMH.
What is this? What is
Just not
this?
paying attention.
Oh, that's a lot on your wish list.
And it's like femboy burgers or something.
Whoa, that's crazy. Does it have veiny hot dogs?
Oh my god, that shit yesterday was wild as fuck, man. I just want to point out that, right? Totally not okay.
No,
Oh,
definitely
man.
not.
We were just kind of, I was just kind of letting it go to see how far they would take it, right?
Right. No,
Bite-
Bite tells me about it because she was live, and I was over here like, okay, let me take a look, and I read it. I'm like, oh, I was about to say that's rule 1, that's rule 2, that's rule 3, and I waited for a little bit more. I'm like, oh shit, that's rule 4.
Or yeah.
What
He's
the
breaking
fuck?
so many rules.
Well, I'd say that you got
I
them listed down below. I almost wonder if they were just going down the list and seeing how far they would get.
It was crazy for sure.
Oh my god.
But as soon as they fucking like outwardly said something, I said, nope, you're gone.
Yeah, they said some racist shit, and I was like, oh.
Like,
Yeah.
what was it? It was like, what are your thoughts about black people? I'm like, what
What do you
the fuck?
mean? Yeah, what do you mean?
Oh,
It's like, that's fucking wild.
Wait,
There-
what
It's
was
like-
this?
this
was
last night.
two people. There were two people yesterday just causing issues in chat.
Yeah.
they were banned, and
Yeah.
they're actually both off the platform already. So
There was another person too. There was another person
oh,
after
was
you
there
guys.
a
Yeah,
third person?
there was a third person. That
Oh,
was
I saw.
after.
Yeah. I saw.
Yeah,
I saw.
I banned them for disrespecting Shui. I was mad.
Yeah, I saw that.
I got
Whoa.
really mad.
When was that?
man, why am I never around when cool things happen?
Anyways,
It was a time.
instead of talking about Dwam, past Dwam, let's have some fun today.
Lobotomy.
Yes.
Oh, I had fun yesterday too. I got
Oh.
to swing my banhammer around.
It's a rare moment, but it's a fun moment.
It's a very fun moment because it's a rare moment.
Mhm. Okay. You awaken from your slumber. It is, you think, day? Good morning, adventurers, as you awaken in a room not of your own. And then you realize, oh, all your compatriots are here. Welcome to Scoot's place. Ash's place, sorry.
I was gonna say, who's Scoots?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Where's this weird disembodied voice coming from?
Here, let me just change my Discord name over to Ash.
Is that you?
Ugh.
The day
That's
is
actually a pretty
yours.
good idea for right now. Go ahead, Dale. You can continue.
Oh, I'm good. I'm waiting to see what you guys do at the start of your day.
I mean, try
Gotcha.
to.
I've already messaged you last time, letting you know what I was doing. Essentially, the moment I got up. But
did?
shortly after that, yes, last
Where?
week at the end.
SMH. I also asked you a question I never got the answers to.
Where? Oh my god,
In
am
the
I
freaking
missing
DMs.
the
you
last
we
thing
could
I
talk about it
remember
later.
is something wild. This right here? That's wild. I don't know what that is. We're gonna scroll past that. Where?
Let's see here.
Say which one are you asking at this point?
Both of you, but yeah, let's start with Cassie because Saren has something that I need to know.
You have something I
It's from that
want.
message up.
Okay, got you.
Slightly.
Let me find the location. Oh, I see. Yes, yeah.
I've pinned the message. and imitates a bot and gets banned.
That's insane. At that point, I can't really be mad at Twitch, you know?
Yeah, just doing their job.
Mm-hmm. Chicken nuggets.
Even though it has nothing, their origin has nothing to do with anything. That
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. That was
That one.
my question.
You said where what was the thing? The pinned message is what you wanted to do?
Yeah, I went ahead and pinned it so it was easy for you to find.
Oh, well, yeah, that's not a big deal. Yeah, it's fine. That's absolutely fine.
Okay. So before we got distracted with all these questions, you said there was something you needed from me?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Needed something from you?
Yeah.
You said something about Saren, so
No, I didn't say I needed anything from you in particular.
I thought you
You
did.
did. I very much remember that.
It might have been in regards to either which way. Um,
I needed you to unmute yourself, and so I can tell if I need to flip you, but that was about it. I don't.
well,
No,
yeah, that was,
like
but it was okay. So like, it was literally before you started answering questions in the Discord. Either way, um,
I don't need anything. I just said you guys woke up. That's all I said.
either way, I would probably just be out and about, just standing on the balcony, enjoying the crisp morning air.
Hmm.
That
You're out on
sounds
the
more
balcony.
nice.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception, wisdom. That is a 14.
Okay. So you're out on the balcony enjoying the morning crisp air. There is it is a slightly misty at this time. Things are starting to settle, and the morning dew is kind of settling on the rooftops and all the buildings here. Um, the individuals who are kind of walking throughout the streets and whatnot, they are have settled down. It is not less hectic than the day before. Uh, there are less soldiers patrolling the area as if and interrogating people. So it seems that at least at this side of the district, things are fine.
Okay.
It has quieted down for sure. But there still is a bit of wariness between people. Some people are scared, it seems, uh, to go out and do their daily routines. Um, you can see some hesitation, which is because you've lived here for a little bit, that you were able to you're able to determine that people are acting out slightly differently than normal. As for your perception check, it because this is all just passive stuff that you can notice on the street. Off
Right.
in the distance, in part of the other bits of town, um, there isn't it reflects that same statement that all across town it's a little bit quieter, than the day before when they were in when people were freaking out and whatnot. There is sounds of rebuilding parts of the so construction is kind of high at this moment in terms of noise.
Okay.
Bleh.
I think Nick is probably still hanging around in the book nook. I think he's just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like he slept in initially. Because
Pretty accurate to what Nick does.
what is that supposed to mean?
Oh, I read through all of your lore.
It's not it's not not that relevant. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
he's chilling in the book nook. He's kind of still waking up,
Mm-hmm.
but and his hair is a mess. Because he's been curled up in this book nook, so he stretches and like 8,000 bones pop.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he like kind of looks around and remembers where he is, and I guess he's looking out. Is the book nook like a window as well? Like, is it a little?
Ash,
Asking
is it a
Ash.
little window? This
Oh,
is
it's like a book nook. It's decently sized, can fit a full grown man.
Does it have a window in it though? Like
Yes.
baller. So he like looks out the window. And observes, I guess.
mm-hmm.
Tiredly observes.
Sees a neighborhood cat start scratching at the window.
They're doing that thing that cats do, scratching at the window, so it looks like they're dancing.
Upon exiting the area I was staying in, do I immediately hear where people might be?
As you awaken from your slumber.
Yeah, after doing the thing I said.
Yeah. I mean, this is a pretty in tight space. There was there was a little more than just enough room to fit everyone, and everybody has their enough comfortable space to be able to lay down on the floor or wherever. Um, so yes, you'd be able to hear everyone because it's a tight space. We're talking about like a little bit bigger than a studio apartment.
Gotcha. Okay. So I would basically like uncloak myself because I remember hiding myself for putting the cloak over me so I could sleep in darkness. Um, who do I see immediately?
Everyone. Once again, it's not much bigger than a studio apartment. You can probably see everyone within the living space pretty easily.
All right. I'll just I'll peek out from the cloak and I'll just announce out loud. Good morning.
I think who else is in the main living area? I think it's me. And then
The only person who has their who would if that according to Ash's description of the place, the only person who would have their quote unquote own living space would probably be Ash themselves having their own room.
yeah. Well, because I know
Mhm.
Saren is on the balcony. Is it like a closed
Mm-hmm.
balcony
Mhm.
or?
Yeah, so you guys would be sleeping basically out in the living room, and so therefore everyone's there. Maybe except for Ash. I don't know how early Ash gets up.
She'd be up making breakfast
There you go.
for everyone.
So she'd also be inside the living room space with everyone.
Okay. Nick is kind of lost in thought a little, looking out the window. He has -2 survival still instinct.
But on your sheet it says
Shh, shh, shh. Not literally, Leo.
Damn, that's crazy. Roll at disadvantage.
all right, writes a note, gets disadvantages on all survival checks.
No. Actually, it's really funny. Actually, yeah, I just remembered. It's like actually the opposite.
After a while, I think I would come inside and see if
Mhm,
you know what. I'll just after a while I'll come inside.
mhm. What you making? What you making, Ash?
Just about anything.
Okay.
What's left?
What's left? Okay. Let me think. I can think of something. Um,
No
how good?
bacon though. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Ooh, my question to Ash is how extravagant does Ash live on a day-to-day basis? What's left over usually? What do you normally
Not
get?
not very extravagantly, but usually has enough food to feed a few people.
Okay. Um, I would say they'd probably be making some onions, potatoes, let's say hash. Hash, some fresh veg, whatever was left. So maybe maybe some mixed greens or whatnot. Um, maybe a tomato or two, eggs, and no bacon. So protein. I would say sausages.
Mhm.
Pretty standard actually. Standard breakfast. You got your veg, you got your protein, you eat two types of protein and some starch. You got potatoes and onions. So hash.
Upon
Mhm.
coming inside, I would say, is there anything I can help you with, Ash?
Sure.
And then I'll just go in and start helping Ash make breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a table
At some
nearby to
point-
sit at, or is it just the living room at this point?
There is a table, but that table was designed not to have this many people. Uh, Ash is the type to live solitarily, so they have like they have a table with maybe one other seat at the table so that they can have a guest. This is way more than way more than that.
Just get up,
So
knock on the screen.
you'd probably be grabbing a plate and sitting on the floor.
Casper. I was gonna stand nearby and it's like, I don't think I'll be of much help myself in the kitchen. I've not exactly got the most extravagant of cooking skills.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. It doesn't have to be extravagant as long as you know what you're doing is in the basics.
I create a berry in the morning to eat for my meal. That's the most extravagant I go.
I nod and say, it's okay.
Very good berry, isn't it?
Nick peeks his head in. Like, is it a separate room to the kitchen area, or is it the same room? Actually,
It's the same room. Once
he
again.
turns his head. He turns his head. Yeah. I just want to double check. He turns his head, and he's like he smells the food, and he like kind of he very smoothly meanders over. He frolics over towards the smell. He's a foodie. He enjoys his food. He doesn't say anything. He just walks over and he just kind of stares at the
Ooh,
food.
actually, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor, Ash?
Yes.
Can you roll me a survival?
Survival.
Mhm.
I have advantage on that one as well. Good lord.
You have advantage on a lot of things.
16.
A little bit better than your standard meal. Actually, well cooked, well seasoned. More than just salt and pepper, mind you. You're gonna have to ask Ash the recipe because it's pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Just scarfing
Nick
down the
once
food on my
again.
plate. It's been a
He
while since I've had a
inhales.
decent meal like this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
While Nick appreciates the food, he doesn't show it because he just inhales all of it.
You know,
Typical
Kinda-
dog.
Nick, you could have slowed down just a bit.
Did you even taste it?
That's what you said last time. He
What's with
looks
that?
up. He looks up and like his ears flatten a little bit, and he's like, "Sorry."
kind of shake my head and just like eating like cutting my sausage in half and just eating a piece. I'm just like, ugh. Sometimes you just need to slow down and enjoy the finer things in life.
Yeah.
It's all about the experiences.
And he goes,
Exactly.
"Mm, it's really good."
Cassie.
Yes. I am observing.
Mm-hmm. I do have a question. Has anyone? Because I'm assuming they're not there. Has anyone seen Mo?
Thought I heard his voice just a few seconds ago.
It's like I can still hear him.
Anyways.
Did Mo come back?
Oh, no. You do not see Mo anywhere.
Nick just
Where did he go?
shrugs.
Well, we should probably finish eating and go looking for him.
All right. We're gonna put a pause in your story. Mo. Good morning.
Yeah.
You feel a nudge.
I guess I look around.
There's there's an Indigo guard as you awaken and you flutter your eyes open, nudging you with the hilt of his blade.
Yo.
Hello there.
Did you get too drunk last
Oh.
night?
No, I must have been quite exhausted from the events of yesterday. And
This
fallen asleep here.
as as you very well know, your position in location of where you ended up is odd, and so the guard goes, actually, let me pull out.
Let me What now?
Damn, I'm just whipping it out like that, Leo.
Pulling them
Jesus.
out, bro. Pulling it out
Right.
on stream.
I need to figure
Pulling out the
out.
stones.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, and it's gonna be this is it to for him to check if he believes your story.
I mean, a lot did happen the day before.
Yeah, you're not. All right, they completely believe you because they got.
Oh Jesus. What did they roll?
They rolled in that one.
Oh my god.
Yep, checks out. Yeah, yesterday was a lot. I suggest you run along and back home. You can't be
All
You
right.
can't be sleeping here on the street.
Well,
Especially with
this-
curfew.
I'll be on my way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Amazing.
Might be mindful of the law. Curfew was at sundown last night. I was gonna say a time, but I'm like, they don't know.
They don't know what time it is ever.
Not usually how that works. Not in this setting.
So do you scurry off?
Yeah.
Okay. You are aware because you did take note of where Ash's house was last night. You took note of it before you headed off on your own. So you should be able to navigate your way back. Hopefully. Hopefully. Fucking that one.
Jeez.
I'm just so charismatic.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's the word.
Maybe it's the bucket, actually, guys. Ever think about that?
The slightly less bullshit bucket of charisma +1.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of why I'm gonna be 100% honest. That's why he said what he did. He said get a little too drunk last night, you know? You have a
Look,
bucket
Melrose
on your
had a
head.
party.
Oh my god.
Instead of a lampshade, it's just a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
The bucket of silvery barbs.
Oh my
Not
god.
the bucket of silvery barbs.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
Anyway, back to the group at hand. What are you guys up to after finishing your meal? It was delicious and savory.
Nick is gonna poke Saren and whisper and ask if he can see the shiny metal thing again.
I kind of just
That
like
we-
lean in and just kind of like,
Cool.
yes. Let me go and I'll go and rummage around in my pack and
He gets
No, go
very
take it
excited
out.
at this. The very prospect of seeing it again makes his tail wag.
You
He
weren't
quite
able to
likes
take
the shiny thing.
you weren't able to take note of all the details in the past because it was kind of a
Yeah, it was a
hectic
cursory
moment.
glance.
Yeah. You just kind of pocketed it and went on, but this thing is well made. It's well made, but a little worn throughout its travel, changing hand to hand. Its parts are all made out of brass. It's got cogs that intertwine with other cogs, and for the most part it doesn't seem like something that somebody should get completely upset about, other than the fact that it is completely alien to what most people would have around here.
Mm-hmm. Kind of look at it and just, kind of rotate it in my hands and then just kind of wind it up a couple times and set it on the table.
Mhm.
Nick
They were
sees it
treating
move,
they're treating
and he goes,
this they're treating this thing like as if it were a bomb.
Nick is not afraid of it. He's just very
Oh,
enamored by its existence.
neither am I. I'm not afraid of it at all. I'm just kind
Mm.
of just like looking over it and just
Mhm.
admiring it.
It begins walking on the table. Yeah,
He's
because it starts to click, 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 and then starts kicking away and walking across the table. It starts to
Nick is so full of joy and whimsy right now.
it starts to reach the edge of the table and it looks like it's gonna.
I'll just kind of like turn it around and
Okay.
go around the table.
I was gonna like it's gonna fall off.
I kind of just like lean back in the chair a little bit, cross my arms, and just watching it.
Mhm.
Nick is leaned like concerningly close to this thing. It's like when a little child sees something they want in a store window and they press their face against the glass. If there was glass, he would be pressing his face against it. And there'd be like a fog on the glass from where his
Mhm.
nose is.
For all of you, this is absolutely something you've probably never seen before. Something moving on its own without magic.
Magic.
Did you use did Saren use magic?
I just kind of lean back and say, I've heard stories about things like this from across the waters. You, I've always wanted to see one for myself, but never really had the chance until now.
What exactly
And
is it?
from what I understand, it's a toy. It's a mechanical toy that requires no magic to use.
He like
Odd.
he like gasps and looks at Sarah and goes, "There's more."
Um. Yeah. I was thinking if you should make a roll, but this would be definitely just a just common knowledge. Like we've seen things that are mechanically inclined here in this continent as well, but but mechanically inclined usually implies not using straight metal, using weights and pulleys and using larger
Easy.
material. Weighing Saren against the duck. Oh,
Who are
but
you? So wise in the ways of science.
yeah. But yeah, it's weights, pulleys, rope, much bigger materials, because stuff like this that is super intricate and tiny, you wouldn't even begin to understand how something like this works. Maybe our mastercraft woodsman would be able to do something similar with wood, but like not to this extent.
See, this is one of the many smaller reasons why I am committed to try to make the type of changes that I am. Because imagine what we could do with this sort of ingenuity. But we can't, not right now. Because
Are you
things
talking
like
like on a
this,
blender scale?
yeah, just kind of getting to see. I'm tired of all this war and unnecessary bloodshed on both sides. It's disheartening to see. If we all could just learn to come together and live in peace and harmony, imagine what we could do.
Yes. If only everyone could live in peace and harmony together.
Nah, Sarah doesn't have the intelligence for that.
um,
Nick ponders this quite a lot, actually. Makes bro think. He is lost in the sauce, one may say.
God, that would be an interesting multiclass.
It's just if I could just make some sort of difference, even if it's a small difference, that'll be enough.
I hope one day you get that chance.
Me too. And I kind of just stare off into space a little bit.
I am going to this is just me reminding people of tasks that were given previously.
Mm.
From what we know, you guys were tasked to go figure out what is stopping shipment of lumber
Mm-hmm.
from a neighboring town. In that regard, they have already the Strategos has given you a cart but no ride.
Mm-hmm.
You would need to find your own horses for that. So that's also on the list of things that needs to be done.
Yeah. I had plans on going to the stables to see if I could work something out with the stable workers.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, real quick, my character will follow wherever people are going to look into that real quick. My food just got delivered. I'm gonna go grab that real quick from downstairs.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. That was my plan. So I don't know if anybody else had any other sort of like preparatory things that they could think of.
I haven't got a single thought in my head. I'm good with whatever you
That
guys
tracks.
do. What? Girl?
It's okay. You can just follow us around like a little lost puppy. Oh wait.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. False, actually. I would never do that.
Would never do that. Immediately does it from the moment we met.
No. Nuh-uh. I was just grateful.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. So take that, Sarah.
Wow, Nick, you got me.
All that just missed?
A little banter back and forth.
Ah,
I'm just
Long
over here
story
minding my
short.
business.
Long story
Also,
short, I called Nick a little lost puppy. It had following us around.
No. He's not lost. He's just directionally challenged.
that's not helping your case, Nick.
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
Oh.
Guys,
So I
I'm
know we
drawing the
got
breakfast
most of our
menu, by the way.
supplies yesterday. Is there anything else other than transportation that anybody can think of that we might need?
There is one thing.
Uh-oh.
There is one thing. Ash, specifically. You never got your payment from that alchemist.
Hey, wait, that's gonna die.
Yeah. You never got your payment from the alchemist. However, you've gotten the seal that you have delivered the item promised for what your work has entailed, even though that wasn't originally what was assigned to you. You should probably pick up the compensation from the guild for your work. They will compensate you, and they will search for the alchemist at this point because nowhere they weren't at the designated location that they were supposed to be, so it's not your fault.
Hey guys, what would we have instead of a fridge, if anything?
Oh,
here?
most
What would
people
be my
just
possible-
Larder.
yeah.
A larder.
What the fuck is that?
So basically, think of like a pantry.
Okay, so I'll just
There's
draw
no
a pantry. I'm drawing the breakfast scene.
Yeah. Well, there's
Basically,
no.
a lot of what it is it's a lot of goods that can be naturally preserved. Also,
Back
if there is meat, it's probably gonna be salted.
Yeah, back in the day when there weren't refrigerators, what a lot of people would do is they would use preservation techniques, jarring.
Yeah.
They would use pickling, they would use salting, and they would use that and to be able to provide food throughout the week. If you had fresh food or like fresh veg and stuff like that, that was a luxury usually. But knowing people in the around the market and being a local, you're able to pick those up regularly throughout the day.
Mhm.
So people would get fresh veg for the day and only the day. That's how things would work.
Okay, so what about? I'm gonna sound so stupid. Stove equivalent. Would that just be you just have a stove? Would you have a stove?
Wood
I
top
don't know.
Okay, wood top stove.
Okay.
Often case, what you would see in these types of quote unquote stoves, would be, you could also basically have it'd be like a oven like situation where it was made where it's made out of rock.
Mhm.
That would be a fireplace often. So
Yeah,
they
there'd
would
be
use
like a
their
little bit of there'd be a small fire underneath the quote unquote stove.
And then what you would do is it basically will be like camping where you have a pike placed, and then you'd have a kettle hanging on the on the side of a pike, and then you can pull, and then you can use that arm to bring it in and out of the fire.
Side
Mm.
chat.
Oh.
Maybe something like that.
Oh. hold on.
Yeah, there
Also,
you go.
Saren, I'm sorry if I don't draw your house the way it looks in your head. I'm just kind
You
of
mean
going
Ash?
based off what my. What
Yeah,
did I say?
that's very common.
Saren.
That's very
Oh,
common,
sorry.
Ash.
I'm used to talking to Saren now. Whoopsies. Ash.
Whoopsie
Think,
daisy.
think almost like
Sorry.
medieval style.
Also,
I want to be a wizard from medieval times.
also, Saren, for your DMs, we did talk about it at some point that you had two sets.
I don't. I mean, I do remember kind of talking about it.
Yeah.
I just don't remember
I
going into the finer details about it.
yeah. You have two sets. You have one for one for each one for different usage.
Gotcha.
Anyways, yeah, Ash, I apologize if your house doesn't look the way it looks in your head. I'm kind of just trying to go off of what's in my brain from what I've been hearing.
Mhm.
And I also want to make it so that I can fit everyone in like the same scene as well. So
Well, I mean, we are playing Theater of the Mind, so the more detail is helpful.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure they could put some input later on after they take a look.
I'm gonna share my screen. I
But
don't want to change it though.
I did kind of put what you would see as like a wood stove and stuff.
Yeah, thank you.
Skyrim gives really good
Yeah.
representation of
Yeah,
that.
I drew it
Skyrim is
like
a
this.
really good.
I drew it like this just because I wanted I wanted to be able to see everyone in the frame.
Oblivion does a good job at it too.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Just
Yeah,
to go,
the Elder Scrolls games are pretty good.
Like if you go into a tavern, most things are done over like a fireplace. So
There you go. Well,
Anyways,
I think some of us have things to go do before we head out. I'm gonna try to go see if we can't procure some sort of transportation for the cart.
Mhm.
And
Could
Um,
I go and talk to the one over my house and have someone watch over it while we're gone?
someone over your watch over your house.
Yes.
Um,
you may not have someone watch over your house. Actually,
no, I'm just thinking. Because I don't think they would have a service like that. But at the same time, I think that you would keep your just because of your demeanor and how I know you from based of how you've written your character, that you would keep most of the things on your most of the things that you value on your person, that and anything that would be inside this place would kind of be like mundane.
Yes, but she can't take all of her books with her.
That's true, but most people don't even know how to read. I guess
Yeah, they would use it for other stuff.
yeah,
oh
they use it for kindling.
um
And I don't want that to
Jesus.
happen to my books.
fair.
I
How
think
about
I think
this?
what
How
I
about this? How
think
about
what she was
this?
more asking was something along the lines of like having a
I
neighbor watch over
yeah,
her house while she's
that,
gone.
Can I pay
that's
the rent?
that's what I was actually. You actually have recently paid rent. You don't need to pay rent.
But we don't know how long we're gonna be gone for.
That's true. They did say it was going to take it would take a day and a
A day
half
and a
to
half
get
to get there.
to get there, and that also means a day and a half to come back at minimum. And that doesn't include the time that you're going to spend there to figure out the situation too. So at most
Right.
you'll be gone, or optimally you'll be gone a week is is what's going to happen. So it should be
See,
fine.
Ash is the kind of person to pay quite a bit in advance, so she don't have to worry about it.
That's fair. I would say the landlord knows you to be a reliable person, so they won't worry too much about that. As for your house, you can ask a neighbor to watch over it. You're a neighbor that you've gotten to know well. Fair.
Fair.
Temporary house, Carl.
Yeah.
all right. Yay! I also am using this as an excuse to get used to drawing environments because I hate drawing environments.
Mhm.
Hey, there you
I
go.
need to draw environments more.
Yeah. I have hardly ever drawn any environments ever. I normally just slap some colors and funky patterns in the background and hope for the best.
So, is everyone going together or are they splitting up?
Overturn.
I'm going to follow people not because I'm a lost dog, because I want to.
Okay.
Whatever you tell yourself.
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I'm going to start
Hey, look,
moving.
I'm not the one you have to convince.
I'm going to start moving.
Okay.
I'm gonna start moving our adventurers towards
fine.
this the location we need to go to. So you guys are sauntering the path towards the stable. Now here's the important bit. The You remember, Sarah, that the person that you were helping wasn't like from the Indigo from the in the Indigo barracks at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't somebody who sells horses here at Strandar. They're actually a merchant from afar. So they're a peddler in the Ruby Square who has a quite sizable location.
Mm-hmm.
This
So
music is very wonderful. I quite like it.
so you remember from navigating these horses back to their stables.
Mhm.
It was near the edge of the Ruby Square. And so as you approach, you approach that location, and it's set slightly apart from the denser rows of the merchant stalls. It has a large wooden awning providing shade over secured rows of secured enclosures. The stable itself is weathered. It's in an L-shaped structure reinforced with stone around the lower walls and split pine above. A banner hangs crookedly over the open arc. Vel's son's horse rights for ride, work, and war. The pens have hastily been repaired following the chaos. Burn marks scar the outer fence where frightened mounts broke loose days ago, or not days ago, yeah, a day ago. Sorry. The scent of hay, leather, and warm animals linger, comforting and familiar. Inside, the snorts of hooves, shifting and quiet whinnies fill the air. Stable hands, mostly teenagers, and an older woman missing a leg below the knee, go about their duties with practiced exhaustion. You approach this location, and you spot your horse master, which you did not catch the name of. He's currently dealing with some ledgers and directing some stable hands to do their job.
Mhm. I'll walk up and say, well, nice to see everything's back to normal, at least a little bit around
Mhm.
here.
The stable hand is a human, around their late 40s. Uh, they are kind of gruff but fair, and in terms of their complexion, dark skinned. They stand tall and but have a lean and sinewy build shaped by years of physical labor. His weathered face is partially hidden under a sweat-stained, wide-brimmed hat. His black beard is unkempt, but his eyes are sharp and wary. He refers he regards you. Um, Miss, thank you for so much for your help the other day.
Give him a smile and say, of course, it's the least I could do for everybody around here.
You didn't help much, honestly, but you got moxie.
Yeah, I'm not the best at wrangling horses, but you know,
I really
I like to
appreciate.
think it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, I really appreciate the endeavor to help to end assist.
Of
That
course.
was very kind of you.
Of course, absolutely.
What can I do for
It,
you? Do
it,
you
it is.
for?
I was in the area, and I've kind of am in the need of a couple horses actually, and I was wondering if you might be able to help me out with that.
Hmm. Okay. What you looking for?
So, we actually are on our way to shit. What's the fucking place called again?
Torchwood.
Torchwood. We're on our way to Torchwood, and we're kind of helping out the Indigo Guard. They were able to procure us with a cart, but we need the horses to pull the cart, and we're going to be coming back with potentially quite a bit of lumber. So we need a decent travel and work horse.
So helping
for
out
that
the
quest.
city.
Absolutely.
You know what? You stepped in, and that ain't something I forget easy. You're looking to borrow stock and not buy, I gather.
As of right now, correct. But that may
Well,
change in the future.
I might have a pair I could lend. On the condition that you bring them back fed, unbloodied, and upright. Deal?
Of course. Absolutely. It's the least that I can do for you.
Okay. So, as for your information, you were able to wrangle some of the horses. Some of them got lost in the middle of everything going on, and some were even attacked by zombies that were around. So what is available that you remember
are there, real quick, not to interrupt, are there currently horses that are injured?
Oh no, these are the uninjured ones.
Okay.
The
I was
other
asking
one,
if there are injured
the
horses in
other
the
injured
stable.
ones were left to die.
Gotcha. Okay.
Free food.
I mean, like, there's if you know as well as anyone, as soon as a horse gets its legs injured, it is no longer useful.
Yeah, fair.
Back in this day, yeah.
I
Unless
was
you
also
have,
gonna say
Even now.
there are ways to
There are-
to fix that.
there are
So,
ways, especially in a magical world, where you can get a healer and whatnot.
yes,
But they were long past that point,
fair.
if that makes sense. It was too chaotic even for people to be safe, let alone animals. So
Anyway, sorry for the
For some,
interruption.
that still wouldn't be too far gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
What you remember that you were able to bring back off of his horses that he's gathered from far off lands to bring them here were four. There were four of them. Two of them with stockier builds, one lean made for running, and one really stocky one you think was built to be a warhorse.
So I'll take a look over the four horses, and I'd
I
probably just
think
take
I think I could spare these two. And he points to a chestnut one with a white diamond on their nose, and a sandy bay one.
Okay.
He points to the chestnut one. He says, "This is Muddler," and then this one over here is Yara.
Muddler and Yara. Okay.
For your information, for out of character, these look to be similar to Clydesdale horses.
I gotcha.
They have a few minor scars from previous labor. So, they're stocky. They're broad shoulders, and they've got like shaggy fetlocks, with kind of steady eyes.
Okay, I have that notated onto my character sheet.
Make sure these make sure my horses come back in good condition. I would appreciate that they are uninjured.
Of course, absolutely. I will do my best to make sure that these horses return to your care in the best possible condition.
You won't be needing to ride these, but should you need to ride them, I do also because you helped me out, instead of selling you a saddle, I could rent you a saddle should you need to ride them. Would that be something of your interest?
In the event that we may need to, I don't foresee it, but it would always be nice to have a backup in case.
Here.
I'd be interested.
I have. Let me Can you do me a can you roll me a persuasion roll real quick?
A persuasion?
Mhm.
Oh baby. That is an 8.
Ooh.
Oh,
I thought it would be a lot better.
Who else
but
is
I rolled
here?
a 4.
Who else is here?
but
I'm here as
Huh.
well.
I'm here as well.
You guys want to say anything
Um,
to help?
I can try. I have to think
Everything,
of what I
everything,
would
everything.
say.
How best to?
Mm.
Can't believe I rolled a 4.
Yeah, I can't believe you rolled a 4 either.
I'm gonna speak up, and I'm gonna say a saddle would be really helpful, especially if one of us gets injured, or if we find somebody who's injured.
This is fair. Please roll with advantage. So
Oh,
just
do we
one more
roll
roll.
again?
Advantage is
Yeah.
roll twice,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
That's a much better roll. 21.
much better. You know, you you stepped in when no one else would help me out. You know what? I have this old thing. He goes off to the side by a nearby barrel where the feed is, and then he pulls out something that's kind of old and dusty and has been worn. But you see yourself an old military saddle.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can have this. I won't be needing this.
That is most kind. Thank you.
As for the other horse, if you choose to want to ride that one as well and bring a saddle for that one, I sell saddles for 10 gold, but you can have it at a discount price in terms of purchasing. I would say 7 sounds good. And if you would like to rent, 2 gold.
I think for right now, renting would be the better option since I'm not sure if we're gonna have these horses in the most long term.
Hey,
So I don't
I've
think
got
I'm
plenty
ready
of customers
to make the
who
investment.
I've got plenty of customers who would like to ride and figure out their each horse's gait, and then they end up
course.
loving their horse and maybe wanting to purchase. Gotta still make that
Of
money.
course. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely understand. But for right now, we'll go ahead and rent that other saddle from you.
Absolutely fair. So mark off 2 gold as you hand that over to him, and then he gives you a regular saddle.
Perfect.
Yeah.
2 gold marked off my character sheets. And I've got backpack.
And here is for this is my shoe in for the town. He throws in the hitch that you'll need for
Okay.
the two horses to pull the wagon for free for the good of the town.
Of course. And I'll make sure that it sees good use.
I appreciate that.
Of course. Absolutely. Would you be able to, because we have other things we need to do before we head out, would it be possible if at some point could you send the horses over towards the barracks and possibly get those hitched up for us?
Yes, I could send some of my stable hands over if no, he wouldn't.
I'd be willing to pay
No,
for the service.
he knows exactly. No, it's not the pay that he's worried about, but
Yeah.
no need to pay. I'll send my stable hands over to get them hitched up and ready for you as you are about to leave. Just make sure to pick them up
Wonderful.
at the Indigo barracks when you're ready.
We'll certainly do.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking if he knew where to send the stable hands, but like yeah, he would definitely. That's where
I was
if
gonna
you're
say, I
going to
would
take a wagon.
imagine
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I would
He
hope
needs
so.
he needs to register them register the animals too. So
Yeah.
he would know where to go. Yep.
Always pays to know where the law enforcement of any kind might be.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if anybody asks or if anybody gives any issues, my name is Saren, and you could direct all inquiries my direction.
Ah, my name is Renenvel.
Renan Val. Be sure to remember that.
Mm-hmm. He goes back off to doing his ledgers and also fixing up some damage actually that occurred yesterday. Some the stables are patched up, but they aren't in good condition. So don't want
Of
another
course.
breakout.
Perfect. Name's also notated on my character sheet, so I don't forget. Stable master. Perfect. Is that all right? That's taken care of. Where did you guys need to go? I know we're still looking for the alchemist, and I point to Nick and your employer as well.
He nods. He's like, yeah. He just remembered that he hasn't gotten paid.
Well, the only other person I need is also the alchemist, so it's I'm just kind of following along at this point until it's time to go.
I got you.
Housekeeping.
Ash,
Huh?
any place you need to go?
No, not really.
Okay. Well then. Probably go back to the market square to see if we can't find Nick's employer. Real quick.
Okay. So you guys are already at the Ruby Square. So you see a bunch of stalls here because this area was hit the hardest.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stalls are boarded up at the moment. Some have packed up and left. There are some obviously because of recent events are selling at discounted prices.
Mm-hmm.
There's hawkers that are shouting out different things for what is it? What do you call it? Different things that people would need during an emergency, let's say. But you go back to the location of your vendor that you last saw them in, and his stuff is already packed up and gone.
Oh. He droops a little bit. Everything droops a little bit.
That's all right, Nick.
Mhm.
I'm knowing him. He'll be back at some point.
It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
For your note, Saren, you do know
Yep.
this merchant is you don't know about their reputation too much, but you know that they're skittish, if anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this kind of tracks for him.
Yeah.
They're an older gentleman
It'll
without
be
a way to
okay.
protect themselves, so being skittish is kind
Yeah,
of
the first sign of
appropriate.
danger. At the first sign of danger, they kind of have to skedaddle.
Skedaddle.
So I buy from him quite regularly whenever I see him. So he'll be back at some point whenever things are a little bit more calm.
Mhm.
He kind of perks back up and he goes, "I trust you," and then he's fine again.
Like, what?
What?
Like,
Wag, 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 wag.
Wag, wag, wag,
Um,
wag, 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 wag.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to go stop by the alchemist shop. And see if they would possibly be there, but I'm not sure too much about that. If you weren't able to find them yesterday, and especially with everything that's happened, I'm not sure. They've already left as well for a time. Ultimately, it's up to you guys. You guys are the ones looking for the alchemist. So, what do you say?
I'm good with following the look, but at the same time, I also know we do have a task that is asked of us, so I don't mind waiting as well.
I
But I
gotcha.
know you need to get your money.
Here's the black alchemist.
Where's
my
the
God.
blacksmith?
The Blauchemist.
Ultimately, we still also need to find Mo.
This is true.
Yeah,
Yes.
My ass
that
goes,
would
"Who's Mo again?"
the guy with the bucket.
Oh, Bucket.
Yeah,
Nick will now forever be calling Mo
I was
Bucket.
gonna say, what happened to Mo? And I look just kind of like precursory, like look around, see if I can't just like immediately find out where he's at.
Mo, where are you?
I mean, I guess I'd probably first try heading back to Ash's house, which I'm assuming they're not there anymore.
I figured well, I mean, I figured that you'd be getting there as they were leaving, and that's what I assumed was happening. But I guess that's not what's happening. So you do arrive there. They have left.
I guess I'll just head to the market, I guess. I have some stuff I need to buy anyway.
Okay. Did the Ruby scare where you go?
They would have like wood carvers, tools, and stuff there, right?
Yes, but given you know what? Never mind. Go ahead.
Have you be able to find someone selling them?
Okay. Like you're actually actively looking. Okay. Give me a
Yeah.
roll. Perception.
What kind? $25.
I would say yes. There is. Yes, there is someone. There's someone there's someone offer selling woodcarver's tools, specifically carpenter tools.
He's gonna make this bucket look real nice.
Yeah. Or no, sorry, wood. Oh no, it is woodcarver's tools. I'm dumb. It is there is somebody who is selling woodcarver's tools along with carpenter tools. They are actually running out of stock right now because people are buying to repair all the damage is being done. So yes, there's someone who is selling.
Guess I'll go up to the stall and ask if they have any woodcarver's tools left.
Yes, you, sir, with a bucket on your head. You need something?
Do you have any woodcarver's tools?
Sure. He passes along something a kit where that's made out of leather that has individual slots for all different types of wood carving tools. It's that'll be 2 gold.
Would you be willing to part with it for 1 gold?
Squint, persuasion, do it.
$21.
Someone who actually okay, here, take it.
Thank you.
Mark off 1 gold. Leo, the DM, didn't unsuccessfully trying to swindle Bucket Man.
Bucket Man wins again.
Bucket Man wins again.
All hail the bucket.
Bucket of persuasion plus 10.
No.
The bucket of ever shifting performance.
Why are we giving this thing stats?
Because it's fun.
It's funny as shit.
Mostly what I wanted to do at the market. Just buy more tools.
Is there anything else that you're looking for? You're fine, Scoots.
Yes. Now, I'm assuming the herbalism kit would probably be
Herbalism kit would
at the alchemist, most
yes,
likely.
correct.
So I don't really have anything else to do.
Okay. As you are searching around looking for different objects and things, you bump into the other group. Actually, they are across the way near the stable hand. They are finishing up their negotiations, are starting to make their way towards their next location.
I guess I'll shout, "Hey, I've been looking for you guys."
I just kind of whip my head. No.
Where have you been?
Funny story. I may have fallen asleep outside.
Why?
Kind of just pinch the bridge of my nose. It's like okay.
Nick raises his hand. I do that. Me, I do that.
Why did you sleep outside?
I was taking a walk and kind of just fell asleep. Yesterday was way too exhausting.
Are you going to insight check? Go for it.
I don't believe that for a second.
Roll it.
Where is it? 17.
Are you telling the truth? Oh.
Kind of. Not entirely.
Okay.
So, truth, you're still falsehood.
So something about what they said is you feel like they're not telling you the whole story, but for the most part, they're being truthful.
Squints his eyes and looks at Mo. Is like, okay, I believe you, and continues on,
I'll be right back.
not believing 100% for a second. Oh my god.
Two of our players are in need of doing something, so we're gonna pause for a moment. I'm going to go get myself another drink.
Okay.
What?
What?
Oh,
Ow, my shoulder.
SMH.
Do you have like an icy hot pack or something you could be putting on that? Must have already left the room.
SMH. All right. Well, while we're taking a break, I know that 2 people are like gone. Whoops. What do we think of the scene?
Sorry, I'm back.
Hi,
Welcome
welcome back. Leo also went for a moment.
Yeah,
But
that's
what do
fair.
we
He
think
did
of,
It was a good
what do
time to
we
do.
what do we think of the scene, guys?
It's nice.
Yeah, looks good.
Baller. I'm gonna have go over.
Expression. Oh my god.
Well, it's temporary because it's a sketch. I might make them
Yeah.
look
I was
silly.
gonna say, look, I know Vapor likes to draw me no thoughts, head empty, but jeez.
Well, because I'm trying to use a sketch brush because I'm trying to practice keeping like my design and planning loose. Because I have a habit of just jumping right in and finishing things and rushing through. But
Hmm.
I'm also not always happy with my work. And so I want to try creating something that looks like an actual illustrated piece.
Fair.
I finished my first monster. I have a second one.
Pace yourself with them.
No.
They'll make me get the newspaper.
I'll eat it. Nom 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 nom. Yummy
Fat
paper.
beyond the
I
food.
ate half of a novel when I was in 5th or 6th grade.
You ate half a novel?
I ate half a novel.
Man,
I'm not gonna tell you which
cool.
one because it's really fucking funny which one it was, and it's embarrassing.
Twilight.
I swear.
The
Can't
silence is
remember.
deafening. The silence is deafening. Definitely not beating the Vam Puppy allegations.
No,
What is
not
that
at
supposed to
all.
mean? What is that supposed to mean?
Eating half a novel.
How is that Van Puppy
Almost.
allegations?
Dogs eating the
The dog
homework?
ate my homework.
Dogs don't eat homework. That's a common misconception, and it's a harmful piece of misinformation. Okay.
Uh-huh. Why is it so common as a common piece of misconception, huh?
Because misinformation spreads faster than actual truth, mister.
I don't know. I've seen dogs eat paper with my own eyes.
Shh. Do you want to know what book it
Dogs with
was?
all manner of stuff.
Do you want to know what book it
Yeah,
was?
honestly, though.
Would you like to know what book it was?
Like, it is impressive
What
what
book was
dogs
it?
will just eat.
It's really funny because you're not gonna believe me. I'm like actually not joking you. It was Moby Dick.
Why?
I started reading it and it frustrated me, so I just whoop,
So you
nom,
just
nom, nom,
eat
nom,
it.
nom. Well, okay, what I would do is I would take it to the bathroom and I would rip some like pages out and I would just like shred them up and I would nom 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 nom. And then one time a teacher caught me and she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing. And then
Oh
she
my
saw the
God.
book and the shredded paper and she was like, girl. And I
Oh
was
my
no
God.
longer allowed to eat books.
I think you're a mix between a dog and a hamster.
No, well, I
Not a
do have heart
vampire,
attacks
dog and
and
a
die when I
hamster.
get scared. I have heart
Oh my
attacks and die
God.
when I get too scared, so maybe.
SMH.
So guinea pig then. Got it.
SMH.
Guess you're a real bookworm.
Ah!
SMH.
I'm gonna get you.
Oh my god. That was painful.
That was painful. More painful than whatever I was trying to pass after eating that book. Yeah, I was
You
in
know
like
what, that
5th
tracks.
grade or something. Anyways. I don't want to
SMH.
like. Mo
It's like
wasn't in the
impressive considering
scene.
it was a high fiber diet at the time.
No, Mo wasn't in the scene.
Mo wasn't in the scene, but I kind of don't want to like exclude them.
You can leave the bucket
He-
in there.
A bucket outside
Yeah,
the window.
I was gonna make Mo like I was gonna put like a bucket peering from the top and then 2 little holes in the bucket with eyes or something, or like 1 eye and then 1 wrap.
Jeez.
Fucking bucket, I swear.
Ooh, you can see my pen in your face. Ooh, 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 ooh. I need
The bucket of ever-changing ability.
bucket of invisibility.
Plot twist, the bucket's a mimic this whole time.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Or, oh, we can play our favorite game again, Cassie. Is it a mimic?
Let's go.
Oh my god.
The D&D version of Is It Cake?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. There are 5 items in front of you. One of them is a mimic. It is your job to discern which item.
Oh my goodness. That reminds me, in the first campaign I was ever in, we came across a mimic, and it was me who was I was a 4'10", 12-year-old owl folk. And we had the other people in the party it was an elf who had gone off on his own, and then a tiefling who I was following around like a lost puppy. And we came across a mimic. Of course, me being the impulsive dumbass, uh, just went right in. And this was my first campaign ever, so I didn't know better. And I got bitch slapped by the mimic.
SMH.
I don't know when it happened, but the tiefling got hit, and I tried using a handkerchief that we had found to wrap it up to like stop her from bleeding out or something.
I spilled something on my head.
Uh-oh.
Your head.
Still.
Soda.
How?
How did you?
Don't worry about it. Anyways,
How did-
I had to go. I had to go to the shower and run my head on because I didn't want my hair sticky.
Mhm.
SMH.
Yeah,
Christ,
so I
how
did
the
that.
hell did you achieve this?
It's called opening the soda, and it splashed on me.
Your head?
On your head?
How do I explain this?
What did
it,
you do?
It was no, it's not big
Spilled
deal.
soda on his head.
So it was on the top shelf. Okay. I was
Okay.
just moving something. It was open. Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that much. It was just a splash, but it was enough to like, oh, this is gonna get sticky.
It's getting sticky,
SMH.
sticky. Anyways.
Anyways.
Yeah, but really quickly off finish this really quickly. I ended up putting the handkerchief over her arm to stop the bleeding. Turns out it was a cursed handkerchief and it fused to her skin.
What?
And then I got bitch slapped by the mimic again. And then she tried, because the mimic had grabbed me, she tried to cast fireball on the mimic,
Why?
and
Why
it put
the
me
fire?
out.
Why fireball is an AOE spell?
And she got like a nat 1.
Oh god.
And I did 2 death saving throws, and I did good enough to pass them, but not great. And then on my 3rd death saving throw, I got a nat 20.
Nice.
So that was a really fun session.
Mm-hmm.
All
Anyways.
right. I think we're all here.
We had Mo.
Oh yeah, hit those notes, boy.
We had Mo and everyone meet up again, and we were headed to our next location. Right? What is said next location? We got a couple of choices, so.
Oh.
Anyone want to take the reins on where we want to go? Hi, Zao.
Hi, Zal.
Hello.
Hi, person I don't know. Hi. Hi.
It's like, how much does Ash really want that payment?
Considering it is my livelihood and being able to afford my bills like my house, I'd prefer it.
All right.
Off to the
Well,
guild.
is it your-
Off to the to the I forgot the name of the place. Oh no. Oh, where's
Rip.
my?
Off to the
While you're
place.
thinking of that, I'm gonna go ahead and just say, is there a place that you need to go? Do we need to go talk to the alchemist for you to get the payment, or how does this really work?
You would know.
feel like-
You would know based off of what I said earlier that they weren't at the at the place that you were supposed to meet up with them. And this happens from time to time. So your what you're supposed to do and what you would know to do is that you need to come back to the
You can just say the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah.
want to know the actual
Adventurers
name.
Guild.
You'd be going back to the Adventurers Guild to
Yes.
get reimbursed for that amount, and they will search for it for you for the for the payment for the actual payment.
All right.
It wasn't your fault that they weren't there to give out your payment. So that's what the guild's for.
Off to the Adventurers Guild, I guess.
Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
Yes, lead on.
I'll leave them.
Conveniently for you, this is on one of the other edges of the Ruby Square, so it's near the central tower that manages the city records.
How convenient! Everything is in one convenient location.
I mean, this is where this is where most of the big trade happens. The bazaar
But
is
it's
the
just
heart.
nice that everything's close by.
Yeah,
Mhm. I love
the bazaar.
convenience.
The bazaar is the heart of trade here, and we are in the city of trade. So
True.
It's built of riverstone and old wood as you approach, with stained glass windows that depict famous adventuring deeds of the past. The main hall, as you enter, contains some notice boards, weapon racks, a contract office, and even a sparring ring. and there is the Cellar Tavern that they have available for adventurers there, called the Oath's End, a hangout for people who are waiting upon contracts and overhear rumors and other super extra legal jobs that appear from time to time. Yep. Um and so you can approach one of the counters there if you so wish.
I'll approach and explain the issues.
uh, okay, you approach actually someone that's familiar with you, because you've done business with not business with them per se, but you've made started contracts with them multiple times in the past. Leica, you know them as Leica. Ash, so did those gophers go well?
Yes. However, that is not why I'm here. I could not find the alchemist to get my payment that I am owed.
Wait, I thought you were what alchemist? Weren't you? She kind of looks through the documentation. Weren't you contracted to go kill some gophers?
I was. And then I was also to go and deliver something to the alchemist.
Okay. As here. Ah, I see. The contract was voided because they had some other they had some of their own hands deal with the situation, and you were recontracted to deliver some herbs. Got you. Um, they weren't there to give you your
Nope.
payment.
Nope. Not been able to find them.
Where? Okay. Let's see here. The contract was for this much, and you can see her kind of going through the calculation of this job, and she hands over about 12 gold. 12 gold and 5 silver. The extra 2 gold and 50 is for your trouble due to them not actually being there, and we want to reassure you that we appreciate you trying to get things done on time.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
And she will
I'll
take the
back over to the group.
she'll take the seal from you, the contracted seal that you got stamped, and then basically write them in her ledger. Taking any new jobs today?
No, I will be traveling with a group of other people.
Wow, that's a first.
I know.
Well, what are you planning on doing?
I'm gonna go and grab Saren with all the
Hel-
details.
Hello.
Oh,
And,
hello, hi. Your name?
Hi, I'm Saren.
I don't think I've seen you around these parts. You a new adventurer?
Oh, I'm not registered with the Adventurers Guild. I just kind of do my own thing around town
Oh.
from time to time.
Oh, since Ash isn't doing a new job and she's going off with a group of people,
I see. Yes. So, about that, we were actually asked by the strategos of the Indigo Guard to go and help with the situation regarding stuff with the town.
Oh. Actually, there is a number of jobs up based off of that. You said from straight from the Strategos, that must be important. Is it okay if I look at your documentation for that?
I look at Ash,
Go ahead.
Okay.
kind of
So
shrug, and I kind of fish the writ out of my pouch and just kind of hand it over. Said
okay.
we'll be going around the Torchwood area.
Okay. So it'll be a wild chair, a wild sorry. It'll be a round trip that'll take you a little bit based off of this and that. Currently the town is looking for people to help out with the city. There's a lot of things that need to get done, and given the importance of your of the quest given up before you, and it's not something that is directly the responsibility of the adventuring guild. However, this is our city. We would like to provide you with some materials, if that's okay.
I mean, additional resources would never be harmful.
She passes you back your writ,
Just put it
and
back in
she
my
writes
pouch.
down some of what she's providing you. Given the fact that Ash here has been very efficient at her job, and very she has completed many a quest with what's it with a punctual manner. I think we can provide you some of these. She pulls out about, let's see. She pulls out 5 healing salves. These are not not like drinking potions, but these are applied directly on a wound. And then she passes those along to you.
Kind of look at them a little wide-eyed, like, okay.
And is there anything else you'll need on for this journey that you might require?
Would you happen to have any spare rations just in case?
That's something that can be provided and she points over to the fuck, why am I missing everything? I just said the name. How am I doing this? How am I
What's that?
fucking this? The Oath's End, correct? Yeah, the Oath's End. That's something that can be provided by the Oath's End over there. Here she gives you a little writ with a signature on it.
Is there
And
anything you would like delivered to the guild in the next town over while I'm over there anyway?
from what I know, at this point in time, our main lumber comes from that location. And if you want to stop by the mining town next over, we've got some jobs dealing with that.
I could take a look.
Okay. I need to write this. This is B, because now we're doing some what do you call it, stuff off of
Some
off.
negotiations.
Well, no, not negotiations.
Oh,
this is off of what I've written for today.
side content.
Side
Side
questing.
while you're looking through your notes, I would just go ahead and ask. It's like, I know this task wasn't given by the Adventurers Guild.
Mhm.
However, because it was given by the Strategos, if we were to complete this task and get a letter of completion from the Strategos herself, would it be possible that this task could also help Ash in potential progression within the Adventurers Guild?
Hmm. I could talk. I could talk to the guild master.
Perfect.
No promises. Unfortunately, that's something I can't
Of course.
do. But
Absolutely.
I can talk to the guild master about it.
Of course.
I'm quite fond of
Because
Ash,
after all,
actually.
I was gonna say, because after all, this is for the betterment of the city as well.
Right. I'm quite fond of Ash too. Quite different from all the rabble that's here usually.
I try not to be a bother.
I was gonna say, well,
We
since
do
I've known
have
you,
so
you
so
seem to have nothing but a help.
we do know that we should be having a representative come from the mining town across over. What's the name of this town? Had it written somewhere.
Well,
We will call this unnamed town for this moment. For the moment, because I don't want to sit here and watch this. We'll try to find it. But this mining town ways over. We have a representative coming, and they're a little late. Could you find out what happened to them?
Sure, give me a name and their last known whereabouts.
They are coming from the mining town. I don't exactly know where the last known whereabouts. We haven't heard word from them. They were en route, from what we know.
I will start in the last known town and work my way
Okay,
back.
the person that you are looking for, their name is. You are you? Person you are looking for is Thurlin. Thurlin Rockshod.
All right.
They oversee the production of alabaster and marble from and so obviously as we are rebuilding the town, from their mining for their mining prospects, we need to know that we can get a shipment soon and of large quantity. They were sending a representative over to make it to hash out the details. We're not exactly sure where they went, but they are late because they were supposed to be here by this morning.
Mhm. I'll look into it and send word back.
Okay,
Is that all you
and
need us to take care of, or is there
yeah.
anything else?
As for this job, sorry. I'm trying to. Why am I losing my? Is my?
some angelic ass music.
Yep. Um. Feel free to move the music around if you so wish.
No, I enjoy it. I like it. I like the music. I was just pointing it out because I just realized I feel like I'm in a cathedral right now. It's beautiful.
Mhm. Uh. Because this is for the city, we'll waive the job acceptance fee. At this point in time, anybody we would like to see it done, but at this moment in time, I feel like that's a moot point. The payout for this job will be 15 gold. Is that fair for you?
Sounds fair.
Okay. And here's your writ. Make sure to get this stamped and signed by Rockshod, Sir Rockshod.
All right.
And you are ready to go. I hope you well on your quest. Come back safely.
Thank you. And am I good to go and grab the extra rations?
Yeah, you have your writ.
Okay. I'm gonna go get that then.
They seem a little busy, but they do toss you over some rations. I believe the amounts. Let me roll. 3 extra rations.
3?
Yep. They're considering that you have your own as well. This is what they're providing you. They also provide some fresh veg too. Probably best eaten within the day or morning of tomorrow. Some carrots, some lettuce, some tomatoes, mushrooms, and a head of broccoli.
So. Well, Saren, are you all ready to set out?
If there's nothing else to do, I'm ready.
All right, let's get going then.
All right. Next destination. Where are we going?
If there's nothing else to do, then I would imagine back to the barracks.
Back to the barracks we go. You start making your way. The banter of the city, the general commotion of the city, kind of starting to get a little bit more, what do you call it, louder as you go towards the barracks. Mainly because they've got their arms and hands full trying to get everything back in order and helping people deal with city problems that have to do with legal and not only legal but also reconstruction at this point. They are still searching for culprits at hand, it seems, because they're sending patrols out looking and interrogating a few people that they haven't already. But you do make it you make it through into the Indigo Barracks without being pestered because of probably you would assume that the Strategos already talked about you guys and gave them descriptions of you.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the stables, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The stable hands have already left, but the guard right there knows that you are that upon giving your descriptions, upon you ready for departure, they are supposed to release this cart with you, as well as the horses that have been hitched up, and you are ready to go
Wonderful.
in a very orderly military fashion. Everything goes very easy and smoothly.
I look to the rest of my party and says, "Now, is there anybody among us who has more experience in vehicular travel?"
Vehicular travel? No. I have. I, I'm knowledgeable with animals, but as far as like actually traveling with driving a cart, no.
Same here.
Okay.
I've mostly just walked.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Mo just gets in the bucket and starts scooting it. The bucket of transportation.
Oh no,
So-
it's getting more names.
Oh lord.
This thing's gonna become
bucket
legendary
actually-
by the end of the campaign.
By the end of
Mo
the
is
campaign,
gonna-
it's gonna be like the legendary bucket of plane shifting.
Bucket of holding.
The bucket of mech. And it's like
At
actually
the end,
just
we
used
have a
by
goal.
police. Mo, by the end of the campaign, Mo is gonna have built like a police system with legs and like a mech and a fucking like
Oh, my lord.
crossbows. It's gonna be like 70 feet tall.
Oh my
It's
God.
gonna be
Anyway,
the,
Attuned magic
instead
item.
of instead
Yeah,
of
the
the
bucket is-
decanter of endless water, it's gonna be the bucket of
Guys,
endless water.
The bucket is actually the big bad, guys. The bucket of
Alright.
newly gained sentience.
So, I think you said you had, you're good with animals, right?
Yes.
I think nobody. I think that might actually work in our favor.
So if we point in the correct direction of where we need to go, I might be able to convince them to at least keep on the path.
Okay.
give me an animal
Um,
handling check.
Oh, please don't let me fail this one.
Come on.
I rolled a 2.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
this is a 6.
Oh Jesus! I can also try.
You cannot also try. You can help him.
Can I not? Well, I can help. I will
Yes.
help, I guess.
And that'll give Jace advantage.
That would be wonderful.
Your dog-like demeanor makes them less wary.
My God.
Okay. Oh, please, not a 1.
They've been smacked by cats before. That's why they were
Okay.
wary before.
It's improved by 4, a total of 10.
10, that's good enough. You stroke their mane, and they understand that they need to listen. They lean in and gives you a nice tap.
All right. They know which way they know to stay on the path forward if we point them in the right direction.
I
They
mean,
should stay on.
they are workhorses, so they know to do their job.
They know what's up.
We should be good to go.
Yep.
Alright, so if we run into any issues and the horses get spooked for any reason, I think it'll be best if you try to handle that.
I will do my best.
And that's all we can ask. And I just kind of think, like, wait a second. I don't have any horse food.
You have a cart. I'm
We
joking.
probably
I'm joking, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm joking, by the way. They did leave some horse feed inside the cart.
okay. They did leave some horse feed. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
wonderful.
They're
So it's
not
like,
they're
if
not
nothing
dumb.
else,
They're not dumb to give you horses to borrow on a trip with a cart for multiple days out. Not give you any horse feed. That's silly.
I was gonna say I didn't specifically request it, so I was like, I'm not sure. If
No,
they
they knew. They know better. They want you to take good care of their horses. They're not gonna just send you out there with nothing.
Of course.
How spooked would a horse be if it ate a good berry?
Also, it's premium horse feed. You see
Ooh,
some
it's
yeah.
horse feed.
Yeah, it's premium horse feed. You can see some some other things dried in there, and that's not just hay.
Hmm. Alright.
It's mainly hay though, because that's.
Mainly.
I swear to God, I will
Mainly?
throw
Oh
you.
my god.
All right.
Alright.
We ready to head off then?
I would assume so. Who's driving? Or
Points
like
at
amongst the
Jace.
group?
I mean, there are 2 horses.
Oh, in
Well,
2 different
they're
campaigns have
they're
I been
two-
defaulted to the person driving.
There are 2 horses, but they're hitched up to a cart.
Mm-hmm.
I will
That
certainly
you
give it a try.
for
I
that
have
configuration, you only have 1 set of reins.
I
Nixie.
have animal handling as well. Jace, what's your Baragon, what's your animal handling like? If I can ask
There
that.
is you do recall that it would be silly of them not to give you a saddle without reins, so you do have singles
Yeah.
if you want, but that's
Well,
that's
yes.
not them not hitched up together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How many horses is it?
2.
Okay.
Because lumber is heavy as fuck.
We can also work in
Sure
shifts.
is. We could. You're right.
Leading
It
the
would definitely
horses.
make travel a lot faster.
True. Taking breaks or switching every so often.
Yeah.
I
Minimizing downtime.
I wouldn't mind
Exactly.
starting off
Feel free.
leading them. Awesome sauce.
All right. Well, then I guess I'll be in the back.
I'll be sitting in the back as well.
Cool.
Sit up
Awesome
front.
sauce.
So, you guys are off on your first adventure. Out. Astrayandar. Past customs. Past the portcullis and the guards. Out onto the beaten road.
Suddenly you're saying on the road again.
No, I can't do it
Are we there
anymore.
yet?
Oh my fucking god. Put that bucket back on your head, pal.
Well, I'm not the one wearing the bucket. What do you mean?
Fucking
Oh my
confused
god.
shit. My gosh, trying to balance all these fucking layers is horrible. Why
So
did I do this
how
to myself?
peaceful of a travel are we having there, Leo?
I'm reading what I got. Give me one sec.
He's actually going to ambush us with goblins immediately because he hates us.
Yeah, roll for initiative. No kidding.
That'd be really silly. and
as,
evil if
natural
you actually
30.
did that.
Yeah, as you.
Natural 30.
Well, I mean, like honestly, that would be wild given the fact that they have a watchtower outside of the city gates. That if you didn't notice
That would be
that out there,
Absolutely insane.
yeah, that would be
As soon as you
absolutely
get out of the
insane.
gates.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
not
land,
like they care about their merchants getting to town safely because the whole point is trade there. They're not going to have stuff happen immediately outside the city either. Stuff outside of their city is still their problem, kinda.
I remember one time when I was in my first one that didn't go anywhere because it was just me. I was the only person in the party.
Yeah.
My mom ambushed me with goblins. That was my first ever fight.
Oh my god.
Also, it was second edition D&D as well.
I remember that your mom plays D&D. That's funny.
Well, she plays as far as second edition.
Mhm.
She hasn't played since college, like 30 years
The
ago.
the journey to Stryander to Torchwood takes you guys along a winding trade road. The road is passable but worn. Signs of disrupted trade are evident sometimes, but or disrupted trade. What? Oh no, sorry. I read that wrong. We're going to ignore. I think I
Ignore
wrote
what?
this wrong. But it's mainly a silent for a while this way. Let me roll stuff for you.
Uh-oh.
On the road again.
And then a dragon bursts out.
I got it stuck in his head.
Let's say. Okay. Yeah. There's my dice. There is my dice. But eventful stuff happened. Why are you laughing? No, I don't. I swear to God.
Hell?
I put on the road again in the queue.
Anyways.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't worry, I
Ain't no
queued it
fucking
up so
way that
it
you actually
doesn't.
fucking.
I did.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, I just put it in the queue so it won't skip the rest of the playlist.
SMH.
I still just laugh at the fact that it actually got permeated into his brain.
Who's sitting up front?
I think it's Nick and Ash.
Nick and Ash. Which one of
Please
you would
don't-
like to
please
roll
don't kill me. Wait, roll a what?
roll a perception check, please? Which one of
Wait,
you?
before we do that,
Which one of you? One of you.
which okay, Ash, which one of us has higher perception? I have +3.
I have +4.
Okay, you should probably do it then.
22.
Excuse me.
22.
Yes, baller.
Off the roadside, you see a shrine.
I'll relay that info.
What does it look like?
And what does it look like?
It's got bell chimes on it, and it's old and worn. You can't tell what deity that this shrine belongs to. It seems that people, from what you can discern, from looking at it and seeing off the side of the road, people offer stuff to it. As they travel their next destination.
Tip, I would probably know after spending some time in the trading city that this would be a common. From
I mean, if you
merchants.
want to roll a religion, anyone you can maybe figure it out. Maybe.
Let me see.
I have
I
advantage in religion.
You have advantage in religion. God damn. You have advantage in everything.
I have it in Arcana, History, Investigation, Nature, Religion, and Survival.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Holy.
Relax.
And advantage against being charmed.
Well, that's just being you.
Wait, is your advantage just your proficiency? Wait, am I
No.
stupid?
No,
Am I
she
stupid?
has No, she. So class proficiency is proficiency in the skill.
Yeah.
Advantage is granted by other features.
What do you see advantage? How you see your advantage in things?
It'll be a little A. Next to the skill.
I just think I don't have advantage in anything.
You would know if you did.
Yeah, you
Okay.
would definitely know if you had advantage in something. I'm sure.
So, Cassie, do
between
you
the
want to
two of
roll
us,
religion or do you want me to roll?
we don't have any religion.
That's wild, given what.
I'm actually impressed on that.
There's a reason. There's a reason.
Do you want me to roll them?
Yes.
Like the least likely person I thought would roll a religion check is rolling religion.
14.
Hey,
Crazy.
to be fair, she is a book reader. She has a nook, and she was concerned about all the books being like burned, stolen, or whatnot. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Okay,
fair.
that's like anyone that loves books.
I know. I'm
Okay.
just saying. I'm just saying. They are very
You're a
knowledgeable.
well-read individual.
Yeah. You. What was your role?
14.
Decent enough. You actually cannot tell based off of looks, but you would assume based off of context clues that this is a shrine to Avandra, the goddess of freedom, travel, and adventure.
Mhm. I will let Sarah know.
And like I said, from spending time around the city and spending time with merchants, I would understand that this is probably common tradition.
Mm-hmm. She who makes the path.
Mm-hmm. I mean, kind of leaning back and laying on the floor of the cart and on my bedroll, I'm just kind of like, it's up to. I mean, we can make a stop and place an offering, as is tradition by a lot of the traveling merchants, to
Mhm.
possibly um, gain favor with Avandra, and hopefully we have a safe travels. But that's everybody's input on that. I wouldn't mind stopping.
I mean, I don't mind.
A little extra luck couldn't help or couldn't hurt. I'm the one driving, so I'm like trying to see if everyone wants to stop or not.
That's fine. Can I go get a
Fine.
snack?
Go get a snack. I'm eating a snack right now.
I don't know how long I'll be, but like I've been wanting a snack. But
Yeah, absolutely.
It's okay. Just a snacky little person.
All right, I would say
For lack of pronoun knowledge.
we could probably stop. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the
Let's
word
do
to
that.
get the horses to stop? Nix.
I know that. It's right there. Hold on.
Trick
I
question.
did horseback riding for like 3 years. Isn't it like whoa?
SMH.
Yeah, it is well.
Whoa.
My God.
Yeah, it's well.
Yeah.
I did horseback riding for 3 years.
I was about to.
And then I was like,
I was
"Alright."
about to say trick question. You just pull on the reins and they stop. But like this works.
Feel a little bit more worried about who we're letting drive.
Okay.
You say whoa. They stop. They stop and they just look around curiously. I didn't have you roll because you guys have already established that these guys are pretty good at what they do.
Can I like reach forward and like pet them and then let them eat a little bit of food? Because they stopped.
Animal handling, go.
I want to reinforce good behavior. Where the fuck is my animal handling?
Wants to reinforce good behavior, ends up reinforcing negative behavior, so they just stop
Okay.
willy-nilly to get food.
That's hold on. I have to redo my math. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13.
Because I have a +5
They-
animal handling.
They tentatively take food from you.
Yay!
I kind of like throw my arms in front of me, just kind of like, sit up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right. All right. Let me go take a look at that shrine.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of
Can I stay back with
mosey
the
on.
horses?
Wait, the shrine.
Like, I'm giving the horses space, but I want to stay back with them.
Gonna kind of
Oh, oops.
whisper a small prayer.
Mm-hmm. What do you offer?
I offer a silver piece.
Okay. Do you see silver pieces? You see food. You actually see some tea as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna offer a silver piece. Actually, I'll offer 2 silver pieces.
Okay. Roll me a
offer
religion, please.
2 silver pieces. Just straight religion.
Mhm.
Okay. That is a 10 on the dot.
Okay. You feel you feel a warm breeze pass.
Kind of just look up a little bit and just nod. And
There is you could swear that there was a hand placed on your shoulder, and as soon as you look, there's no one there.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it in my heart.
Mhm.
I knew, so
Uh,
I kind of like place my hands together and give like a small little bow. And then I return to the cart.
Aragon was watching from the cart, just intrigued by everything that was going on.
Just chilling there, yapping to the horses. Not like loudly, just like passively. Pretty much
I'm
talking
gonna
to
look
myself.
towards Sarah and I'm
Oh.
gonna ask, so exactly what was that all about?
What about that whole thing that happened?
DMs.
Yeah, I'm reading. I'm reading.
Got you.
I'm not sure I follow exactly what you're asking.
Just confused by the act.
Oh, it's ceremony. Typically you leave some sort of offering. Can say a prayer if you want, but everything at the end was basically just ceremony.
Huh.
Giving what is it? Giving thanks and reverence to whichever deity is overlooking the shrine in essence. Basically thanking them for what they're doing and hoping that you can, not necessarily get something out of it, but it's kind of hard to explain. It's thanking them in advance, basically, for any good fortune you may receive along your journeys.
I see.
As you are conversing, who has the best nature check amongst all of you?
Well,
My nature
I have
is
advantage in
plus-
nature, but it's
mine is
+2.
+2.
Never gonna win.
What don't you have advantage in at this point?
I already told you the ones I have advantage in Arcana, history, investigation, nature, religion, survival.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
So
I was
funny.
crazy once.
Would you like to roll a nature check for me?
I guess.
This is so complicated.
God damn, the I yes? Okay.
Some sass.
Jeez.
So let's fucking
17.
go.
17. Where is... Papers.
Dum dum da dum 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 da dum da dum.
Dum, dum, dum,
Suddenly you see eyes flashing in the forest.
Dum da dum. Dum da dum da dum da dum diddly dum da dum da dum.
I swear.
Okay, Leo won't hear it, but
Oh, fuck me.
Roll, roll, roll.
Oh my god.
I'm confusing myself with shapes and colors right now. Okay.
Like
why aren't you
paper.
confusing yourself with shapes and colors?
Okay, when I'm asleep, first of all,
Doubt.
okay, well, that's actually okay, well, like when I'm disassociating.
You know what? That's fair.
So, yeah, take that
I
first of
forgot.
all.
I forgot something very important.
Keep gore chat.
I forgot to tell you what the hell what the healing poultices are made out of, or not made of, how they work.
No,
How
you
dare
told
you.
us. Just we put the
Yes.
salve.
No. How much in-game mechanic it helps
Oh,
you. Yeah.
Fair.
That's important,
Fair.
yeah.
That's kind of important.
I mean, we can cross that bridge when we get there.
An undisclosed amount of at least one.
Undisclosed amount.
So it helps.
Turns out the salves are just mimics.
Anywhere between 0 and 10.
anyways, it is your wisdom modifier plus a 1d4.
A
The
wisdom
1d
modifier on a healing poultice is crazy.
Mhm. I mean, you have to know how to
Yeah.
put you have to know how to apply it.
Suddenly glad I have the field medic origin.
Yeah, it's well,
Nice.
it's not a medicine roll. It's just the wisdom roll, or wisdom mod specifically. Yeah, it's the wisdom modifier plus 1d4. Fair? Cool.
Fair. How many of those? Okay, how many of them did we get again? I'm sorry.
5 total.
We got 5, so 1 for each of us.
Probably a smart idea to use one for each. Unless, of course, someone, like, immediately needs it.
Who's holding all
Oh,
of
of
it?
course.
Or are you distributing them? Another good question.
Well, since there's 5, we can distribute them evenly.
Cool. Got
It
you.
would be better to have everybody have one instead of one person having all of them.
I would like
Just
to
in
also
case we need to use it.
mention that if you were to apply this, it would have to be out of combat. It cannot be in combat like a healing potion. That is how that is
makes
how this
sense.
works.
Either which way, it's still good to have, so we're not rummaging around like trying to find out where it's at. You know.
Yeah, correct.
So it's 1d4 plus wisdom mod.
Yes. The reason I asked for that nature roll, by the way, Ash, you find an interesting patch of flowers nearby.
I want to investigate them.
Okay.
Am I gonna have to roll an investigation, Leo?
No, you don't. You from
Oh,
your
that's
nature roll.
crazy.
From your nature roll, you already have this. You found a patch of. You found a patch of morning dew flowers. They are. Uh, they have like a blue base. At the flower, and then it fades out into a white at the tips. They're about the size of your thumb, each petal.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting about these is that they upon not only taste good, they taste like they taste like sweet morning dew if you place it on your tongue, and they dissolve like cotton candy. But they'd heal 1 hit point.
Would I know how to properly pick them?
That that is another nature roll.
Hmm.
You know, you
Oh,
can
look,
recognize
I
them.
have an advantage.
Yeah, that is another
Whoa.
nature roll.
Hey, look, that's an 18.
18. Yeah, you could pick a you could pick a
You can
couple
pick
of.
the fuck out of those berries.
Yeah, you could
Pick
pick
a fuckle of them.
you could pick a couple of them. You can pick you can pick about like 5 of these. Each of these flowers have 5 petals. You know that they won't last long. That's kind of their caveat. Flowers tend to die pretty quickly. So they won't last long. But they are something that you can use while they are still fresh.
I will give one to each of them and let them know.
You who's good at medicine here?
I
I have
pretty.
+3.
I have +4.
+4. Okay. Why don't you give me a medicine check?
16.
You're aware that these are used for crude healing potions. You can synthesize these flowers that she's picked.
Damn, I'm crazy bongos.
If you synthesize them into crude healing potions, you can actually carry them and not have to worry about them deteriorating for a while.
I'll be back. Bathroom.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, all that
Does,
work just to find out that Jace's head is going to be covering half of it.
However,
does
from what
Mo tell the others?
However, I will say this, that you don't exactly have
The tools.
the tools for that. Maybe a
What would it
future.
be?
Huh? What
What
tools?
would the tools be?
Medicine or alchemist
Medicine.
tools. One of those two.
I have alchemist supplies.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
Nice.
I guess I'll
Uh,
share info. Right.
in order to synthesize these, you need a whole morning dew flower. 1 binding agent. A binding agent would be like powdered bone, resin, honey, and a liquid medium, which would be like distilled alcohol, um, distilled water, um, just something like that. You would need a binding agent, a liquid medium, and a whole morning dew flower to be able to make it.
Would I have any of the other stuff?
It takes it in order to make one of these crude healing potions, you need about 10 to 30 minutes depending on your roll. How good you roll on with your alchemist tools.
I mean, would rations have something like honey, or
Yes.
I'll go through my rations and see if I can find the items I need.
You guys don't have
Check.
too much. Sugar is kind of like, how do I say it? Is a luxury, but you do have some. I would say you'd have enough to make like 2 or 3, but that would be all of your honey. Galaxy also requests hydration of everyone. Everyone hydrate.
Does a Mango Loco Monster count?
I think that's dehydration.
Yeah, it's caffeine dehydration.
Oh, I actually have a bottle of water beside me. Woo!
Woo.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I don't know how long this has been sitting there, but it's unopened.
All right, so in our inventory we have what?
What was that?
Were we given like a flower, or were we given like a petal, or?
Oh, in our inventory, we'd be getting morning dew flowers. Ash was able to pick 5 of them.
Okay.
5
So
whole
just
flowers.
one. And it does.
Each petal, upon placing it on your mouth and letting it dissolve, gives you one health, 1 HP. However, these can only be used while fresh, while these flowers have not deteriorated. Using them to make a crude health potion, which is what was determined right now through Mo, was about to say easy. Mo is by making it into a crude health potions. These will last longer than the flowers will by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
We have the facilities to do that
mhm.
because of Ash.
Yes. In order to make the crude health potion, you would need to use 1 full morning dew flower, a binding agent, and a liquid medium of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
This crude healing draft would heal 1d4.
Okay. Well,
And it would last. That's the drawback, obviously, for
mm-hmm.
synthesizing it and making it last longer than it should in terms of the flower.
Yeah, you would lose some of the in the process.
Healing
Correct.
properties.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it would last a lot longer than the flowers themselves would.
Very fair. I was like, well, I don't very much well know of the inner workings of potion making, so I'm going to leave that up to those who do have that knowledge. What sort of thing would we be looking for in terms of a binding agent?
The binding agent can be honey, resin, or powdered bone at the moment. That's what you know. You do have honey. We determined this. And with your rations, you have enough to make about like 3 crude healing potions.
Gotcha.
What's the roll to make the potions?
No. To Easy's question, no. What's the roll to make the healing potions?
Mm-hmm.
The roll would be a medicine check.
Easy might want to do that because their medicine is better. Or Mo.
All right. Would we be able to get resin from like the trees?
It depends on
trees
the
nearby?
resin. You'd have to be getting resin that can be used for. But I mean, like for example, if we use resin in our day-to-day lives in real life for lots of things, but you don't get them from any tree. Does that make sense? So yeah, it's much the same with this as well.
Wait, we don't use any resin from trees?
No, that's not what I said.
I thought we ate raisins.
Yeah, Leo, we do eat raisins.
You also need distilled water or distilled alcohol for this and I don't know if you have either of those. Because you do have alcohol, you have water, you don't have distilled either.
And I'm not
You
sure if
don't
we would have
distilled either.
I'm not sure if we would have the faculties to do it either, or
I
the
feel
tools
like
required.
as a blood hunter, Ash would probably carry something like that around with her.
You can distill some water using your alchemist tools. Actually, that's something that would be.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It would just take some time.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just chemistry.
Yeah, it's just chemistry.
Twee. Yay.
It would take to distill water. It would take like 10 minutes. Just for each potion, and for to make the potion itself, it'll be 10 to 30 depending on how good your roll is. I will say that the distilling the water won't require a roll. That's stupid. I would just say it's just a flat 10.
Okay. I'll get to distilling the water then.
All right. I guess we'll take a short stop and start brewing.
I would say that you guys could continue traveling. Actually, you could do this on the back of yeah. You could do it in the cart because the cart's empty right now.
They'd be able to do it with all the jostling around.
I think it would be if it's just water. If they were doing something more, how do I say it? Intensive, it'd be different. Oh, I see what you mean. In order to craft a crude healing potion itself.
Like, well, just to set up all the stuff required.
Yeah, you'd have to wait. Do you guys want to actually stop and do this?
How long
Would the
would it
flowers
be?
last till we decide to camp?
Yeah, of course. I'd say that the flowers would last a day before they start looking kind of. I mean, you're at Scoots understands flowers. They start wilting after a day, correct?
Mm-hmm. Well, not always. Some flowers will go a couple days.
That's fair.
It depends on the flower.
I would say that they would start wilting after a day for these ones.
Could we
So
attempt to try and harvest any seeds out of them?
you'd be fine for today, basically. What was that? Base?
Could we attempt to try and harvest any seeds out of them?
They're not within that time period. They've bloomed, but they haven't started producing seeds.
Gotcha.
So what you're saying is these flowers aren't yet in that mature stage.
No.
Gotcha.
Part of the morning dew. Gotta catch it early for their properties. Early as the morning dew. Thus the name.
Well, I'm ready to continue if everybody else is.
Yep, I'm all set.
Mm-hmm.
If we have time, might as well use it.
I guess we keep going.
Yeah, I would say that if you wanted to distill water right now, you're able to in the cart. As for making the crude health potion, you'd have to wait till later. Distilling water wouldn't be too hard to do, even with the jostling of the cart.
I'll get that out of the way then.
Mm-hmm. How much of your water are you going to distill?
Half of it.
Half of a water skin.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Fair. I'll keep that in mind. I would suggest you write that down as well. We're gonna have to start talking
for information. That'll be 2 pints of water.
Correct. Half. It would be 2 pints. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Easy's going to have to make a list of ingredients that they have now on.
I already have.
Great. Fantastic. And you go on with your journey. Let's see. Let me see if anything eventful happens. No, nothing eventful happens. It is quiet. The road is uneventful. The sun is starting to set as you have traveled quite some distance.
Stretch.
It is starting to
Insane.
be nightfall soon at this point.
Probably be a good idea to go ahead and start setting up camp before it gets too dark.
Mm-hmm. If you guys have the map that is available,
I have a map, and I know Baragon also has a map.
mm-hmm. You guys have the map. I can kind of show you where you would be at this point
Yep,
in time.
I take my map out of its map case. Yeah, fancy. I have a map case.
I would expect nothing less from Saren. You seem like a
Yeah, you
very
gotta
map
keep-
case having person.
Gotta keep the map safe, right?
Okay. So, you see Stryandar and the Timberland of the Revenant. You are going to you're going to go around and then start going down towards the Timberland of the Revenant. That's where that's your destination. You are about not at just yet, but about the fork in the road, almost there.
Okay.
Where
Okay, so like
where it splits.
over by the bridge.
Yes, not at the bridge, obviously,
Yeah,
but like
I was asking like in reference to the crossroads
yeah. You're not
technically
at
two crossroads.
you're not at the you're not at the crossroads. However,
Yeah, we're
you
right
are
before.
you're pretty close to the crossroads.
Okay.
You which ones of you are well traveled?
Me.
I would say I
I
would be well traveled based
I
on.
would say I would mostly spend time around Stryandar.
Well
Those-
traveled in this specific area, like
This so
You know
those
where
of
I'm
you who are
well-traveled.
well traveled know that crossroads probably not the best place to stay. Oh.
Mhm.
That the crossroads is where you get
yeah.
highwaymen.
You're getting mugged, kid.
Yeah.
You're getting mugged.
Yeah.
So
How
you
does that work?
camping away from the crossroads would probably be best. So what you're doing right now is probably perfectly fine.
But what if I want to stay at the crossroads so I get a chance to possibly meet Crowley?
Okay, girl. You stick to your delusion and let us live. You can go to the crossroads.
Listen, mate.
Nightfall comes. You can hear the chirping of crickets, the gentle breeze, the cool wind, the rustling of the leaves of the trees nearby, and mainly silence. You do see a couple of fireflies about. They're
I would
starting.
imagine I would already have a pot
They're-
of tea over the fire.
Yeah, they're starting to kind of awaken for the evening. Awaken being the right term, I think.
So peaceful out here.
It's very nice.
You guys have started a fire?
We
Well, I mean, I would
the fire.
imagine.
It was
Yeah.
always burning since the world's been turning.
Give me a
I would
survival check.
imagine
No,
at
it's
this
just
point,
I'm joking. I'm
with,
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
with it being nightfall, I would imagine we already have like all our stuff set up, like the fire made and
Mhm.
tents if we have them, and
Correct.
I mean, if
My
you
tent and my bedroll
really want a survival check, I'll roll with advantage again.
I was kidding. Who's making dinner though?
I don't know, but I'm making some tea.
I assume I'd
What
probably be
role are you looking for
preoccupied
on
with
that one?
Oh, actually, yes, that is very good. Very, very important. Yes, Mo, please give me some rolls.
uh, just medicine or
Yes.
ooh, 8.
First roll 8. Well, this is your first time trying to synthesize with the warning dew. It doesn't turn out well. It seems like the petals have lost color and throughout the process of kind of crushing it into to extract the juices out of it, and like you lost a lot of it during that process. The synthesization didn't the binding agent didn't really bind to whatever what you have put inside the flask that you put it in. Yeah, that's a bust for the first one.
23.
Much better.
Shit.
And
Learning from your previous mistake, you put a little bit less force into and are more gentle with grinding down the and extracting the morning dew. The what do you call it? I would say that you use 1/4 of the pint for the 1/4 of a pint, not 1/4. Sorry. Half a pint of water, distilled water for that first one. That you didn't that one didn't go so well. This one went much better, using the same amount of water and then using honey as the binding agent. um it turns out well. I would say that it took you roughly, you said 22, right?
23.
23. Oh yeah, that is 10 seconds, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. You got it. More.
If you need one more, then it's 19.
19. Yeah. That one does that one takes a little bit longer. It takes about 20 minutes, but yeah. You were able to synthesize that one just fine too. It has a nice, wonderful light blue color. Very different from a lot of health potions that you see. Health potions are generally red. This light blue color, weird. Almost pale, like as if it were like it was some tea.
I've sent you interesting question.
Interesting question.
Indeed, interesting question.
That's funny. You know, that was the same question Mo asked me earlier, and I said no.
Damn. So close.
What was the question?
If they can use good berry in the product of making the potion.
That's funny.
Doesn't hurt to try.
Exactly.
Um,
I've used it before in a lucrative wine business.
Nice.
don't
Yeah,
you
just
didn't
gotta
make
make
any
money too.
more rolls?
Mm-mm.
No, you
You
said,
don't have enough honey for that.
yeah. Okay.
You do still have a half a pint of distilled water. Just heads up on that.
I have a question.
Yes.
How much water would I be needing to use out of my water skin to make my pot of tea?
Normal pot of tea is like, I would say 32 ounces. So I don't know how many of that is in pints. 32
like-
fluid ounces.
Because a cup is what, 8 ounces typically?
About that, yeah, I think.
So that would be 4 cups, which I think is roughly 2 pints.
Yeah.
Means I will need to go and fill my water scan up at some point.
Would it
I
be
mean,
possible?
tea. This is enough tea to share with people if you wanted to, but if you wanted just for yourself,
Yeah.
it'd be like half that.
Yeah.
Would it be possible at this time to maybe search for some honey, or would it be too late?
Search for what?
Honey?
Search for some honey.
Yeah.
Please give me a survival check.
Survival?
Hmm? You'd need to know where
17.
you can find them. 17? Bad.
Yes.
I would say that you know where to find a nest.
Oh.
You're able to find one.
Okay. Would I be able to go about trying to harvest some, or would I need something rather specific to try and gather more?
Hmm. This is gonna be fun. All right.
Um,
Could I help, Jace?
I sure. Please,
no.
please give me a survival check with no tools.
Survival check again?
Yep.
I'm pushing my luck
I'll
here.
help.
You'll help.
60.
Hmm.
Jace is already making the roll, so all you give is advantage for both of you.
Ah, well, let's see what I get with advantage. It never hurts to double check. That could very well be a 20.
Very much could be.
It was not, so I'll take the 16.
So, the amount of honey that you're able to obtain without getting stung and getting badly injured by stinging, I would say is a jar's worth.
Jar's worth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll go ahead and collect the jar's worth and then hand it off to Mo.
Mo, you can make one more.
All right.
Actually, a
Figured
jar's
adding more
19.
worth.
technical.
I say a jar's worth. I'm talking about a small jar's worth because a jar's worth might
a
be a lot
mason
of
jar.
honey. No, a mason jars can be huge. It's like a small.
Like
Like-
a small
Wait.
canning jar, I would imagine.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
19.
19. Yeah, another 20 minutes. Able to make it just fine. That is all of them, I think. Right? No, there's you have one more. You have one more morning dew flower.
Do we still have enough honey?
No, you don't have enough you don't have well, you
don't have enough water.
don't have enough water, you don't have enough honey. You don't yeah, you don't have either of those.
I was gonna say they only made 3 potions, right? And
Yeah.
each potion was what, half a pint or half a pint?
Well,
of
Yeah,
I
but
made
they failed
just
one.
4, failed on 1.
Yeah, but they should still have half a pint left, right?
No, half a pint, half a pint. Half a pint in failure, half a pint, half a pint, half a pint. That's 4. That's 2. That's
Okay,
2
never mind,
pints.
yeah.
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 Uh,
Okay.
I guess I'll give them to Ash.
You can write down a this is what it's called. You can write down Morning Dew Healing Draft. One restores 1d4 when consumed.
All right.
Would you like to give them the failed one?
I'll probably just keep the failed one for myself.
Is that a poison at that point?
I mean, it's just honey and Morning Dew.
He drinks it. 20d4
He
poison
says,
damage.
batting his eyelashes.
Damn, that's crazy. It's almost as strong as a wyvern poison.
Jace takes a sip and keels over immediately. He has to make a new character.
Ah, no.
The only way that you'd know what it does is actually consuming it. So
Well,
you
no
know
time like the present.
you know what it does. You know what it does when it's successful. You don't know what it does when it's not successful. So because the only stuff that's written is when somebody writes a cooking tutorial, no one writes the effects of if you burn it or whatever the fuck. They only tell you the finished product when it's successful, right?
If they try it alone, then they can't write down what happens if they die.
You know what? Screw it. I'll be a guinea pig. Is that tea ready?
You want to sip
Kind
it?
of like
I'm gonna use it to sweeten my tea.
Oh no.
I kind of just
Okay.
like, well, I would imagine that I'm just kind of sitting near the fire, sitting on my knees, like, one would do
Mhm.
as like waiting, making tea traditionally.
Yeah.
Kind of like open up my eye, just like, should be ready here just in a second.
Perfect.
Kind of
The
go back
moment
to
it's ready,
closing my eye
I'm
and
gonna add a little bit to my tea.
Beautiful.
slowly twiddling my thumbs and just meditating.
Okay. You add some to your tea. Do you sip it?
Yes.
Okay.
I,
Give me a
I confidently take a sip.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Oh, I only get a +1 on that. Okay.
While this is going on, I'm pouring the rest of the tea out in the cups.
Has to use all 3 drafts.
3.
You got a
Heal.
3?
Jace got a 3.
Oh,
Allergic to Morning Dew.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here's what goes down. You take a sip. Oh man, it's sweet. The Morning Dew, like cotton candy, like sweetness with the honey, delicious. It goes so well with tea. Then you let it sit, enjoying yourself, and suddenly you die. No, I'm just joking. Yeah.
Jace gets the shits because it wasn't properly done.
You feel kind of dizzy. You feel a little bit. You get mild nausea.
Oh, that was a bad idea.
Ooh. Do I look like a real boy,
Don't
Papa?
eat the honey.
Don't eat the honey.
Now I'm curious. I want to taste it.
Oh, you want to taste it? Go right ahead.
You're seeing
just kinda
this
shake my
visual
head and
reaction, and you want to
I
taste
shake my
it.
head and just sip my tea.
I'm just gonna sit down, have a glass of tea, and
Now,
just
would
watch.
this count as being poison?
No.
Okay, 15.
15. Oh, it's just sweet. Nice.
It's not that bad.
Oh. Like when
I
you say
think
nausea,
Baragon
how
just doesn't
bad?
have a refined palate.
How bad
Kind of
am I
just like
bleeding?
kind of just like look at the two and it's like, okay, well, we have two wildly differing accounts.
Can I try?
You are also
be the
talking to the to the man that's constantly bandaged, which you can't see underneath the bandage. Just saying.
I'll be
Yeah,
the I'll
and
be
that
the
further
tiebreaker.
like raises an eyebrow. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on.
Can I try? Because I'll be the tiebreaker.
Thank God. Okay, yeah, here you go. Go ahead, take a sip. Go ahead. Yeah, everyone takes a sip.
no.
Wait. What am I?
What is it? What
rolling
is what is
again?
this like? What is
Con
wait,
save.
what is this like? Teenage
Con
drinking? Like what?
Scientific accounts of what's
Wait,
going on.
that's con save.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
That's gonna be 18.
What the fuck?
It's really sweet. It's really sweet. It's nice. It's pleasant. It's like sweet water with honey.
You know that video of the cat eating the watermelon and it's eating the rind and then it gets to the red part?
Oh yeah, that video.
That's what happens to Nick's eyes, and then he starts wagging his tail. He's like, "Ooh!" he quite enjoys this sensation, this taste.
So
You're
I would
fine.
try
We
myself,
certainly-
but
Yeah,
we
no,
certainly
nothing
agree
happens.
with it.
I'm fine.
How
I'm okay.
bad is the
Uh-huh.
nausea?
No, it's just I said it's mild nausea. No, it's not even heavy.
mild
It's just mild. It's
Okay.
not like throwing up, vomiting. It's just you feel a little dizzy, mild nausea.
Ugh. Anyone got any mint?
No.
Can I look around to see if there's any mint around?
Nature check.
Baller.
Oh, actually, you're looking
Oh.
you're looking specifically for something, right? Nature check was for what was for not looking for something specific. You were just kind of looking around the environment. This would be a survival check because you're looking for something specific.
Oh, that's even fucking better. Okay. 23.
23.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, so mint is a weed. It's everywhere. So, yeah, you're able to
I-
find something pretty easily.
Species.
It's an invasive
I look
species.
at Aragon and I'm like, I point to a little batch and I go, there.
That's why you have to be
Mint
really
is-
careful with planting mint. Because it will grow out of hand.
Yep, that's true.
I'm just gonna slowly make my way over to the patch and start picking a few leaves off the nibble.
I like to think he's like hunched over, just like slowly eating leaf by leaf off the plant.
Something to soothe the stomach.
Let me
Suddenly, Saren is rethinking her traveling arrangements.
I'm going to roll something real quick.
Oh no.
You're lucky today.
What is it, catnip?
No, I was gonna have a bug be on one of them so that you crunch down on it.
God damn it.
Because it's low light. You picked it low light, and you picked the leaves, and you weren't in like the camp area to pick those over there. You didn't see if there was any bugs on it.
You're eating bugs.
Maybe. I mean, you are what you are. I'm just saying, just looking at you.
Hakuna Matata.
What a wonderful phrase.
Oh my god.
Slimy yet satisfying.
Oh no.
Advantage for the kibby. Hi Trust, how are you? Hi Mythics. Hi Shockin. Hi EDC. Hi.
Yum, yum, yum.
love your raid alerts. They're so fucking
It's great
cute.
to see you too. I hope you are doing well. If you need to do your post-stream self-care, please do so. Go get something to eat, go get something to drink. And if not, we are playing some Dungeons and Dragons. They're currently setting up camp for the evening. And having some
recovering from
mild
some-
shenanigans, drinking potions
There
that
is
were
no such shenanigans, actually. You're
drinking
crazy.
drinking potions that weren't made properly. Also, hi Crystal. Nice to have you here.
I say like the manly man I am.
Look,
Mhm.
it adds to the ambiance and the feel.
The ambiance and
Getting
the
up to
feel.
doing something stupid.
I think that it was very smart.
Who's making dinner?
That's a good question.
Not
I
the
can help with the
nauseous lion.
prep work.
Probably me.
Okay. You group mama, it seems.
I would
What
be
do you-
helping with the prep work.
Does
What
that
would
make
you-
me the little brother?
What would you like to make today?
A stew
Stew?
with
Okay.
all the vegetables.
Very good idea because those won't last very long. I will say, with what you have, you make something pretty hearty. Use some of the barley that you have, and you make some barley stew with fresh veg, some of the salted jerky in terms of meat and for protein. You've got potatoes that you can throw in there as well. It's pretty hearty. It's pretty nice. With
We could also probably put in a few sprig of mint as well.
yeah, actually help Jace over there who's not having a great time.
I'll share. I will share one bowl with the meef in chat.
You hold up the bowl up to the void and it disappears.
Where does it go? Nobody knows. Nobody questions it.
Yep.
But we all just kind of like.
Meef ends up
that
being
happened.
Meef ends up being a deity inside this campaign. You offer first travel.
No,
Everybody's
the
gonna look
deity.
at
Hold
you.
on. The deity is Avron, and she really likes mushrooms and the ginseng plant. So I will make my offerings of the ginseng plant and have mushrooms to the Avron. Also, hi unknown.
Hi. Mushrooms
The
were part
question
of the mushrooms were part of the fresh veg that you got. Yep.
the question is, does the Avron accept?
What am I accepting? Repeat again. Okay. We'll repeat again. I was joking. We were joking that like Scoots was offering some of the stew up into the air in a bowl up to the heavens, and then it disappears, and we were like, yes, Meef, the one of the deities of this world.
Meef.
Yeah. So, and I said the stew was offered to Avron alongside some ginseng plant and some mushrooms.
Amazing.
The arch druid Avron.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Anyways, it's a very nice stew. Could you do me a survival check? Or not survival. Yes, survival. I'm sorry, dummy. It'd be.
You just don't want me to roll with my advantage.
Flippin' cat.
I
I was
rolled
just-
16.
16. Yeah, pretty hearty stew. Very nice, well seasoned, as always.
I'll show you well seasoned.
You are absolutely having a wonderful time. I can hear the joy in all your voice. Yee.
The
We have a
Jillian women.
Oh, it's a
sentient
wonderful time.
bucket.
Sentient bucket.
Well,
Close
we
enough.
think the bucket is sentient. for
Yeah, we
now.
think it's sentient.
It's actually just like Mo. It's Mo's spirit left and went into the
Mo's
bucket.
just a bucket. Everything else is
The
for
bucket
show.
actually came alive and then killed Mo, and then Mo possessed the bucket as revenge.
The bucket is like Plank. Was it Planky? Is that what its name was? And Nettie?
Oh my
The
god.
plank.
Oh, Plank.
Just Plank.
Yeah, Plank. Yeah, that's what the bucket is. Just Plank from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Time to paint a face on it.
Oh my god. So everybody has had a wonderful and hearty meal. Are you packing in for the evening? Or does anybody else have anything else that they would like to do?
Nothing else comes
should
to mind
prob-
on my end.
We should probably talk about or discuss the watch schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take first watch.
Well, I've been driving, so I would love to sleep.
Oh, absolutely. You don't have to. Yeah, you're fine. I wouldn't mind taking last watch. I prefer to stay to wake up with the sun anyway. If anybody wants to take in between.
Yeah, mid watch. Who's doing mid watch?
I can do it.
So we
Who's
have
taking
our we
first
have
watch?
we have our order. Is everyone headed to bed?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. First watch. Please give me a perception roll.
I believe that's me. So 1 second. Ah, the one thing I don't have advantage on. Damn. Oh, a 9. Oh.
Oh no.
All's clear. This is the sound of the chirping crickets and the activity of night avians are very abundant tonight.
Well
Just
then.
picturing Percy sitting in a tree.
Let me
You just
roll
hear off in the
that.
distance.
Let me roll something as well, actually.
Ooh.
That block is frame positive.
Frame positive is wild work. A sudden rustle catches your attention. It was just a mouse.
Was but a mouse wound.
Yes. Field mouse scurrying by. That's it.
So true.
Next watch, please. Mo.
12.
Perception check.
Yeah, 12.
12? Okay. All right. What should I do?
I don't know. That's up to you to decide.
Indeed. We are at the mercy and whims of the DM.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I rolled a nat 1.
Well,
Yeah,
not sure what
this
that
bucket
means,
really
but-
is lucky.
It is up for you to decide, Mr. DM.
Indeed.
Indeed, DM.
You know,
Indeed, DM.
Indeedy duty.
I'm going to have you roll a dex save. Mo.
Say. Oh. 8.
So out from the bushes, something gets spooked. It leaps out, the shadowy figure, over your fireplace, into you, and back into the other side of the bushes. They were just passing by, but you do take 1 point of damage.
Crazy.
I won my
If you wanted to look deeper into it, you think it might have been a deer.
Mhm.
Huh. Damn, gets tackled by a deer and only takes 1 point of damage. Crazy.
Yeah, they just
Absolute
ran.
unit, bro.
They just bumped them. That's it.
Mo is
Does
actually
the
our
bucket
tank,
help
guys.
protect
It's
them?
the bucket. The bucket of protection, yeah.
It's a +1 bucket of protection.
The bucket
Plus
is
1 bucket
actually a
protection.
deity.
Trust, trust. Was that you? Because it's a deer. Anyways. Next watch.
Got it.
That would be me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was me.
No, it was
No, I took
definitely
last watch.
yeah. Saren took the last watch.
Right, so I figured I was still within like the mid watch.
Leaves out a mayo sandwich. See if the deer comes back. Oh my god.
Oh,
God.
Lord.
So Saren, please give me a perception check, please.
Perception check. Okay. Yikes. It's a 3.
3. Yeah, all's quiet. Not much to say else but that. You have awoken to a pretty tranquil morning. Still kind of dark out, but the sun starts to rise and
Mm-hmm.
paint the field in its warm yellow glow.
In that case, I will do my typical morning ritual. Just,
Mm-hmm.
watch the sunrise and say a prayer.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, the snore.
Before starting to rouse everybody from their slumber.
Mm-hmm. You feel
This is canon, by the way. The snoring is canon.
you feel the warmth from the sun kind of seep deeply into your being and then warm your chest.
Mm.
Comes the sun. Do 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 do.
It is about time you start waking people up for morning if they haven't awoken already. Looks at
I
Nick.
say,
Hey, well, like, listen here, pal.
let's see.
Ugh. Chat, guys. I'm a little tired.
Say Baragon's not a morning individual. He would still
And
be snoozing away.
I will say, just real quick, not sure if anybody is like still asleep, or is just starting to wake up or whatever. But I will be just like saying something just barely above a whisper. I'm not sure what everybody's like situation is, so just wanted to put that out there.
Hey, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Out of character, I'm kind of like really tired.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine. That's fine. I mean, we had our long rest. We
Mhm.
could always end here
Yeah.
and then start the adventure anew next time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I figured that was a pretty good place. I started like zoning out a little bit, and I was like, I don't want to miss things. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the next thing you might want to be awake for.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And so definitely a
I'm
good stopping point.
sorry. But I figured, just woke up kind of good to start fresh
Yeah.
for realsies next time.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fine.
Yay! I'm communicating.
Yay!
Yay!
How?
I'm
Well,
also like I've had 1.5 monsters, so I'm starting to feel that.
Oh Lord, you're starting to crash.
I'm starting to crash a little bit, and I've been drawing the whole time, so my hands are shaky, and I'm a little frustrated.
Oh.
Well, it was a good session. I'm glad that you.
It's a good one.
I'm glad that you guys have enjoyed yourself. How did you feel
Yes,
today about today's session?
very good. I'm having lots
Was
of
good.
fun. I'm full of joy and
Had-
whimsy currently.
Having a great time.
pretty good.
I
I'm annoyed that
honestly,
I'm the only one that failed the save.
yeah, I honestly
Yes,
had
the weak
more.
stomach.
I'm surprised because I honestly had more stuff today that we were supposed to get to, but that's okay. We'll do it next
Hey,
time.
hey, that just means
Sorry.
you'll have a buffer for when you play more
Preparing.
I think
stuff.
a buffer is always good.
I think that's really good because next week I'm not going to. I'm going to be busy.
Oh.
So then I'm not sorry?
Okay. Well,
So is it
actually, next week, aren't you busy, Ash, for Scoots?
I think Gwen is kidnapping me for the day
Yes.
as we're working on wedding planning
I
and stuff.
cannot do next
Gotcha.
session without Ash.
Fair.
Yeah. So we're skipping.
Okay. Okay.
We're skipping
about the
next
first?
Honestly,
session. We're skipping next session and the session after that as well.
Why the first?
Huh?
Why the first?
Why the first? Because I need to get ready for ferality.
Ah,
That's very true. You're
I need to
so.
get
Oh my god.
I need to
that's
get ready for
coming up.
ferality, and then on ferality, we're not gonna be playing D&D for 3 weeks
Oh wait, yeah. Wait, hold on.
because
Wait,
ferality
what
is also
day?
going during
Yeah.
yeah. So we're not
Yeah.
being playing.
Oh,
We're not gonna be playing for 3 weeks. I just want to be clear with everyone on
that's
that.
okay. Honestly, the next 3 weeks of my life are like really fucking busy.
No,
So that works.
what am I gonna do?
Join us.
I mean, you can come and hang out, Cassie, while I do wedding planning with Gwen.
Oh, you guys
Yeah,
know
fair.
what? Actually, that's so
I
perfect
think actually next week I'm
because
actually gonna be a little bit busy as well.
during the session that we'll be missing for ferality anyways, I graduate on the day we'd be doing our session.
Yep.
So,
Damn, that's awesome.
yeah. So I wouldn't be able to go
graduating on a
anyways.
Sunday?
Yeah. It's always on Sunday.
Weird.
So either Saturday or Sunday usually.
Mm-hmm.
A weekend.
Yeah, I think I'll be busy sometime during this weekend. I'm not sure exactly when I'll be busy, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll be busy with stuff.
Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of just works out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
Wait,
sad that we're not gonna be playing D&D for a month basically.
Yeah, almost a month.
But
Ooh.
Oof.
But it's
well, our
it
next
can't.
session will be like a month later.
Yeah, I can't. there's nothing that can be done because, like, obviously, we all have important plans on Sundays the next couple of weeks. So, fortunately, that's how
And
it's gotta
Sundays
happen.
is the only day that a lot of us aren't busy, but
Yeah.
I
Gwen
also
said she was kidnapping me next Sunday, so I
yeah.
don't get much choice.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I can take a look at the schedule. Just just take a look and see if there's another day, that we
Hmm.
could use as a temporary basis. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okie dokie. And our D&D session is now adjourned. I hope you all had fun.
Yay.
Thank you so much for coming again and enjoying my little shenanigans. We have something bigger happening next session that we do actually play, that I was trying to get to, but we didn't get there. So get there.
Which is all right. We had a lot of
Sorry.
no. What are you apologizing for?
I'm sorry.
What are you apologizing for? Stop it.
I'm going to throw you, Nixie.
I was gonna say nothing you did caused us to like be behind.
I'm also
That's just the
full of
nature of D&D.
I'm
Yeah.
full of anxious shakes right now because I've had almost 2 monsters.
Don't have two
So-
monsters. I only have
But I
one
have
monster a
to-
day.
Okay, well, like I have
Even
I have
that's too many.
I have 2 every like 20 days. So like leave me alone.
Okay. Well.
Don't look at me drinking 3 today.
Oh, what the frick, Jace?
Jace!
Jace,
I have an
Jace,
IRL
Jace.
who drinks.
You know what you need to do, Jace?
You need a detox.
that?
Go through a caffeine cleanse.
Again?
Yes.
Yes,
If you're
detox.
needing
Yeah,
to
if
drink
you're
3
saying
monsters
again,
in a
there's probably
day,
a reason.
you need to like go through a
Detox.
caffeine cleanse.
You need a detox, please.
This is normal. I usually drink 3 a day.
You
shouldn't be
You
normal.
shouldn't be that should not be normal. You should only be drinking at okay, at most you should be drinking 1. Okay? And I wouldn't recommend, unfortunately, as much as I would not want to be correct, Scoots is right. You should not be having 1 a day either, but you should I do have 1 a day. So I think that is a fair compromise for someone who
Put it this
is
way. When I was working my electronic manufacturing job, I was working 3 12-hour days. So I would be struggling throughout the day. It got to a point where I was drinking almost 4 a day during that 3-day stretch, and I said I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So I had to go through a like a month caffeine cleanse, and then by the time that I was finished with that, it was basically 1 a day
your body takes
for
16
for 3 days.
Yeah. Your body takes around 8 hours, I think. Maybe a little bit more. I think it might be 10. 10 hours to completely break down the molecules of caffeine.
Well, as much
Is
as
it
I would like
bad
to
to
stay, I'm
say
gonna
I've
hop
been
out.
doing the 3 a day
Okay,
thing for like the
bye-bye.
last-
Thanks for joining
Have a good
us,
night.
Scoots.
Bye. Good
Night.
night.
Bye.
I can still hang around, guys. I just didn't have the brain power to
Yeah, which is
be,
fair.
to be like paying attention actively.
Yeah, you'll need to pay
That's fair.
attention actively for the next
Mhm.
session, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I figured as much because like normally this is about in adventures where you're traveling where things start to happen. So I wanted to say something.
Yeah. Thank you for the head pats.
Also,
appreciate it.
actually, so wait, yeah, on the 15th, were we doing a
Mhm.
session? Yeah.
The 15th
getting my-
of next month? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I'll probably be good by then. I'm
Mhm.
getting my wisdom teeth removed on the 11th.
Unless we find a day that we all have common ground that we can just temporarily move it to.
I'm going to end
Yeah.
stream real quick and then restart stream, and then we can do whatever we want. Okay?
Huzzah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
for all
getting-
of you who are on stream, hold on for a hot moment. I'm going to just reset the stream so that and I do this every D&D session so that it's segmented into parts that I can download and put onto YouTube. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see you in a moment.
The stream, we can catch up on YouTube.
3,
Yep.
2, 1, bye. And we'll be back actually, not bye.